But you clearly did.
I didn't.
And I
I
shaved my
didn't.
face, so there's that. And those are the
I
first words
didn't.
that people are going to hear on the stream. So that'd be amazing.
I mean,
How
I
bald I
trimmed,
am.
I cut the sides.
You trim, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I
I don't.
trimmed.
I didn't. I'm just this bald.
Hello,
Well,
my
I'm at the
friends.
point where this is gonna go.
Oh yeah.
Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back. I hope everybody has had a wonderful, productive, fruitful, enjoyable, pleasant, no family drama, no stress, all that crazy stuff. Um, Holiday. Because as I'm sitting here trying to do two things at once and losing mental bandwidth to keep up, uh, it has been a stressful month for me this last month for a couple of different reasons, but I'm not going to get into all those details because I don't think we really need to. But it has been, in fact, it's been closer to 6 weeks since we last played together. I looked, and I think our last video was published like at the very end of November, presumably the week after Thanksgiving, and then we wanted to get together one more week. It didn't work out for one reason or another, and then I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done for the month. I am mentally drained because work and other reasons. Also, I'm going to take this brief moment. Actually, I take that back. I am going to take this brief moment to say I'm going to use my soapbox right now. Dell.com, the computer wonders that they are, because I had such a absolute abysmal experience with their customer support. I swear to God, I am not making this number up. If I called them 10 times, which I probably did, I was hung up on 8 times, and at one point they asked me my age. You
That's a
do with that
weird
information
question.
however you like. I'm just going to advocate that we boycott Dell forever now, and I have that on record, and I don't care. Let's turn to my
I mean,
players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane, who probably have some questions and also have some wonderful stories over the last several weeks. But let's check in with them and see what's new and exciting before we dive back into the world of face-hugging Xenos and, I don't know, crazy Russian space, Russian whatever. Rodance, what do you got for us? What's new and exciting for you? As I put my soapbox away.
So I discovered that I get apparently have made my previous state of residence angry at me by changing my car insurance to my current state of residence. So they suspended my car registration. And I find this out when I get pulled over by a police officer on the way home from work at midnight.
So there's a state in the
that
South that
sucks.
is angry that you did what you were supposed to do, which is change your insurance to reflect the current state you live in.
No, no, what I did wrong was not register my car up here yet.
But you've got plenty of time for that
No.
yet, don't you? Don't you have like a
No,
year or something
no,
to do that?
no, no. Technically, it's 30 days, and it's really funny because where in North Carolina, you have to change your registration and return your plates before you turn your car insurance off, or you'll get a penalty. In the state of Maine, you have to get car insurance before you're allowed to register your car. So that means to technically do both, I have to carry two separate policies.
That is so stupid.
Yeah. But up here, I can schedule an appointment 2 days later, and then I literally have an appointment down at City Hall to get my car registered. Because you have to go to the municipal township office to pay the taxes before you can register your car here.
That just
How
sounds like
quaint.
extra steps that are unnecessary. Oh
The
man,
appointments to attempt to get a driver's license are more than 3 months in advance.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just am like,
Yeah, it's fun when people are like, "Wow, it must be, it's interesting that all the states managed to get everything worked out in the U.S. so that everything works." And I'm just like, No, it does.
No,
They don't, and it
no. In
doesn't."
fact, the item closer to the truth is each individual state barely has enough things figured out for their own state to run effectively. When you've got
mm,
50 brothers and sisters arguing over how to do something,
let's be
nothing
clear,
gets done.
these states don't have their stuff together.
Oh, I was being very generous when I said that.
I'm sorry, but 3 months out to get a driver's license is ridiculously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Mhm.
You have to, when you move someplace, you're supposed to do it within 30 days. How are you supposed to do it within 30 days if the next appointment is in 3 months?
God help us if Maine was one of those states that was experiencing a large influx of newcomers.
No, not really.
I don't think it would be. It's not from Canada.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, what there simply would overload. You'd have 6 months on the wait.
Oh yeah, in North Carolina, it's 6 months. It's bare. You like, they open up appointments on a rolling basis, and they're already gone by the time you open it up.
I spent all of my time cheating.
I spent a lot of my time going, I'm in the military. I don't have to follow your stupid rules. And then when it came
Even
time,
afterwards, I cheated with that.
and then I was like, I just acquired a vehicle in this state. And guess what? I don't have to worry about any of that stuff because all that stuff is taken care of by the time I roll it off the lot. Other than
My
insurance.
plan. So I moved to I the whole time I was in, kept my Vermont driver's license. Um, just anytime I had to deal with a cop, I just handed my cat card as well because I was like, I've been here for a while and I don't have to do any of this, so here's that. And
I had
then after I got out and I got to Tennessee, I found out that, like, I had to try to make an appointment to get my driver's license and do my voter registration and stuff. And it was difficult to get an appointment just online. So I just walked into the DMV and sat around for 45 minutes, waited to talk to a receptionist. And I was like, look, I just retired from the military and I really want to make this state my home. And like, yeah, do you have your paperwork already? Here, just have your driver's license. So
surprisingly
like,
going in is easier than online and all that.
so I
Yeah,
militaried my
you
way through
couldn't go
that one.
in.
And then when I went to Utah, I was like, I don't know how long this contract is going to be. And I really don't want to keep changing my driver's license and all of my paperwork and everything. So I'm just going to, if I get pulled over by a cop for anything, I'm just going to lie and say that I just took a contract here and I haven't had a chance yet. And that's what I did. People were like, buddy, you've been here for like a year. You're still driving around in Tennessee plates and stuff. Like, that's not legal. And I was like, yeah, but how are they going to know? Tough shit.
Yep.
They want to be like, well, you don't get mail in Tennessee anymore. I still do. And I can just get my parents to send me one of those recently sent letters to my Tennessee address and be like, see, it's so recent. This mail came in a week ago. And then I came back to Tennessee and it was fine.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
cheated my way through because that's so obnoxious having to do that all the time.
Yeah, it would
I mean,
be, especially if
It
you do move
is.
around a lot.
Even just moving around within the state and having them be like, well, now you need to go
Update your
to
address, yeah.
you have to go fuck around with your address and your voter registration and this, that, and the other. And I was like, I'll just drive 45 minutes and go vote. Like, do I really? Fuck, dude. It's not like my vote really matters right now, anyways. So, like,
Hey,
whatever. I'll drive 45 minutes so I can do it and then bitch about it.
Luke, what's new and exciting for you, my friend?
Holidays. I bit my tongue, so I can't talk really well. But anyways,
I'm sorry. I'm not, to be clear, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the idea of biting my tongue and not being able to speak correctly because I have that problem frequently where I'll just, whatever I'm doing, typically while I'm chewing on something, I'll just nab my tongue and I'm like, God damn it, again. This is a bullshit.
yeah, it's almost as if like the more you bite it, the fatter it gets, and then
Yeah.
the more you bite it.
Yeah.
But
It's
no,
a vicious cycle once it gets going, man.
I was wearing a mask, obviously, but I got hit in the head yesterday in practice, and
Okay.
it was like the whole face just went like, oh, and I was like, okay, well that really hurt, and I couldn't talk for like half an hour. It was bad.
Oh,
Um,
man.
but yeah, passed my courses. I haven't had to declare anything to the government for a while, because everything's just been in the same place for a bit. So I haven't had to worry about that. Unlike, you guys' stories. Um, I got a house coat for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thing. The dog is now a foot across rather than like 7 inches across.
Okay.
So
Growing.
it's growing and really yappy now and really annoying, but it's really good
All right.
because he's growing and it's really fun.
Bet.
Yeah.
Kane, feel free to share whatever you feel free to share.
Somebody tried to scam me and I had fun with it.
Wow.
I got an unsolicited message from some random person on a Discord that I joined just to steal some stuff from. And they're like, hey, I was just going through and I saw some of the posts you were making, and it looks like you run games and stuff. Would you like to look at my profile and get some commissioned art? And I was like, sure, I'll take a look at this. I've not posted anything about running games, so you're just blanket guessing because the Discord is about running games. Cool
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So I asked questions, made them go through this whole fucking rigmarole for like 2 weeks to talk about like how much they wanted to charge. And I was like, but is that really fair? Because I'm asking for whatever. And this other person does it. Made them go through this whole fucking thing to try to settle on a price and everything. Made up a fake project for them and everything, just to waste a ton of their time. And then just like I knew was going to happen, they're like, great, well, if you put the down payment down, then you can pay the rest of it later once the art is done, then we can get started. And I was like, great. And they're like, do you have PayPal? I was like, I know better than to touch PayPal on this. I'm just gonna lie and say I don't have PayPal, especially because PayPal, I mean, it's, you know, I was like, I have Zelle. So if you send me a QR code, knowing that it's gonna give like the account name and everything at the top. Here's the QR code. And the first one was for an account called WizTech USA.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's a US company,
Yeah, yeah.
not a person's account.
No,
And then I
no.
was like, oh no, I scanned it and it didn't work. Whatever will we do? And they're like, oh well, we'll just use my friends then. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Post that one. And their friends was american.eagle.itservices@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's somebody pretending to be American Eagle.
I was like, I was insulted that they didn't even try. Like they could have just been like bozocommissions@gmail.com and it would have at least been like an effort. But no, it's just so bad. So I reported them to Discord and blocked them because at that point I was like, there's not really anywhere else to take this.
Yeah.
Like, so I had my fun and I wasted some scammers' time. I wasted hours of some scammers' time.
Nice. Well, high five for that, because I certainly appreciate scammers getting their time wasted, because not for nothing, I have been approached or otherwise targeted, for lack of a better word, by so many scammers on so many different areas. It's just ridiculous. It's the Discord commissioned art one is the most recent one that I've seen, and the thing is like I didn't really recognize them as scams. I'm like, why are all these artists all of a sudden showing up? Like there was a period for probably like 2-3 weeks, a few months back. These people were popping into my Discord, the Create Dominion Discord of all Discords, and they're like, and I get really, if you haven't noticed, because I've tried to keep it toned down because so I don't want people getting weirded out, but if you join the Discord, there's a very strong urge in my mind. Why are you here? What is your purpose here? And it's never meant to be clear, it's never meant to be like invasive of your privacy. It's protective of our privacy, right? If that makes any sense. Like, are you legitimately here because you're a viewer and you want to hang out with us? That's perfectly fine. You're more than welcome to do that. Are you here to find someone and fuck them over somehow? I will crush you. And that's kind of the standpoint. But you can't just. I don't have the patience and obviously I don't have the people skills to be like, why are you here? And make it friendly and inviting. Why are you here? Imagine me standing here with a spear, okay? Why are you here? And so I try to approach some of these people like, well, I saw one of your streams the other day, and oh, what was it that you watched? Oh, I don't remember, but it was really good. I'm like, okay. If one person said that,
Oh, good.
if one person
Really
said that,
good.
I might have been okay with that. But then, like, all three of them were basically running the same script, and then insert family problem or some other sudden urgent emergency that requires money. Could you please buy some of my art now? I'm like, hold up, no.
Use
First
hard
off, I don't
salesman
need any
tactics.
art. If I need art, I'm probably just gonna make that shit myself, and it'll look like crap, but I won't care. It's my art. I don't care. It's my art for my channel. I don't care. Also, it's free. So why do I need your art? If I want art, I will go looking for someone that can do it. I know a couple people. I know, especially in a couple servers, I could probably be like, hey, Anybody want some artwork done, or anybody want to do some artwork for me, and then we could start talking. So I ended up blocking them, especially after my son, who's like, one day my oldest son, he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just jaw jacking with this person, trying to figure out why they're on my server." He almost immediately was like, "Scam." What do you mean? And so he
Well,
broke it
somebody's
down for
talking
me.
to you, Dad. Clearly, it's a scam. Nobody likes you.
That's pretty much how it is. Luke, you know who I'm talking about too. This was Talus.
Yeah,
So Shocker, of course, he has that
he's real
methodology.
dry.
Yeah, he wasn't far off the mark either. It's like, why would they talk to you?
Yeah, I had somebody who had joined your server like the day before, um, New Year's, like on the 31st.
Yeah.
They joined the server, I wave at them, and then they're all up in my DMs going, "Hi, how are you?"
Oh, is that the
I'm
one that
like,
literally just joined the other day?
"Yeah."
Okay. Do I
Like,
need to block him? I got no problem
no,
blocking
no,
him.
there's just, it literally was just, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Okay.
Okay.
I'm busy, I'm at work." And then nothing.
Yeah, I
Oh
got
yeah.
zero problem blocking someone who may or may not be a scammer. I don't even wait for confirmation anymore. That's like one of them
Well, if
showed
they
up
haven't
in.
said anything suspicious, I would have expected more spammy messages by now
Yeah.
if it was a scammer. But no, just somebody saying hi, I guess. Because I had waved at them when they came in.
Yeah, normally I've been totally out there in my own head for the last few weeks about different things. So normally I have not been as outgoing or approachable as I might otherwise have been. But yeah, no. In fact, one dude showed up in AP's Discord a few weeks back, and I recognized the name as somebody that I was like 90% sure I had blocked them already myself on my Discord server. And so I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a scam, dude. And then I went and actually looked. I was like, I may not have actually blocked that one for that, but they were in that same cluster of people that joined, so maybe he's guilty by association. I don't know. At any rate, let's play some Alien. Anybody remember what we did last time? Because it was so long ago. I mean, I have a rough idea.
I tried to beat up and flip over a 6x.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Scammers can be so sneaky now. They can be really Yes, very much so. Yes, and also hello, LaRousse. I promise to not beat the hell out of your partner. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him. But anyway, that was a bad
No,
joke.
we
I'm
don't
sorry.
have to do that.
I'm
We can
sorry.
just ask Larus to go, like, kick him in the shins one of these days.
Yeah, right when I need him to make a big roll that determines whether or not the big bad survives. We're like, hey, LaRousse, go kick him real quick before he makes that roll.
He's busy trying really hard to focus on a difficult decision. Go open the door and throw something at him.
All right, so this is, of course, episode 17, Ilyana 2, Part 2. Yes, I realize the naming convention is kind of lame. I have my creative moments, and this was not one of them, so you're just going to have to deal with it like the rest of us. Previously on Beyond the Frontier, we are on approach to the Ilyana, which is, of course, the mothership of this expedition, the ship that brought four, oh god, I forget what kind of ships you guys have. Only if he deserves it. Amazing. So the Ilyana, of course, was the ship that carried four other ships along with it out here into the back end of nowhere. Far Spinward Colonies, I believe, is the name of this local cluster or whatever. You're on approach to that ship. You've got a little less than a day. A few hours have probably gone by since you woke up, but that time was filled with psychological evaluations, conversations. I believe a prank was played with somebody's tablets, possibly. And then there was a big emotional roller coaster event. And the last thing that happened, as the group embodied by you guys, had something of a heart-to-heart revelation release of pent-up bullshit. The words, "I had to watch her die," were uttered by one of you. Sorry, my son just popped out of his room with some loud music, and I'm like, what the hell did I do to you?
I realized my volume was that loud.
Okay.
It was connected to my...
Okay. Yeah, so the words, "I had to watch her die," slips out Pike's mouth, and while the others definitely hear it, another person above you, in not really rafters, but on like the catwalks above the cargo bay, your chief of security, Hamida Amir, I think that's her name. I may have screwed up two names right there, but I don't know. You know who I'm
it's
talking about, though.
it's Hamida Amir.
Okay, it's been a little while. I'm gonna schluff some details here, but she definitely hears it. And the last thing we saw was her walking out of that area, realizing that she may have overstayed a welcome that she didn't even have in the first place. I leave it now with you guys. What would you like to do next as we carry on, either from that conversation or into other conversations or events or things?
Hmm.
Didn't
All right, that's heart to
didn't
heart. See you guys.
didn't Matt have like a whole thing that he wanted to do?
I think he did actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we
I
managed to pull
did.
him into a group hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Um, okay, so I just want to recap a little bit because I'm reading
By
the
all
Discord right
means, it's
now.
been 48 days
A
according to
while.
Valerie. It's been a
48
while.
days, 24 hours out of Ilyana. Okay. Um, yeah, I think doing the reveal now would be a logical point.
Oh, that's right. Because you did get ready to say it, but we decided as a group to kind of pretend that you hadn't said it, but you did have
So that we could
a
get the
reveal.
XP this round. Yeah.
Yeah. So by all means, if you
Yeah.
want to take it away from and transition from I had to watch her die to that conversation.
No,
Are we
no.
gonna do
I
that
have
in the
thought about it.
public machine or public
Yeah,
bay
no,
down here?
no. Not in the resonating bay of thing after everyone was screaming and yelling at each other and then all of a sudden group hug. That's not a great time to do
No,
the reveal of the big bad.
that might be a bit of a moment. But yeah, I leave it up to you guys. What would you like to do?
Hmm.
Do we continue this conversation not in giant echoey vehicle bay?
Um, so how long are we from the Ilyana? We're 24 hours, right? Yeah, that's what
I'm
it
gonna
says.
let's call it something like 18 to 20 hours out.
Okay, so we still got a whole day.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because I feel like you guys have
so
really only had about as much time as you might expect for like showering, eating, some personal physical Jesus, working out a little bit, maybe having a couple of meetings along the way, but you haven't really gotten too deep into anything other than this big conversation you guys had down in the cargo bay or
yeah.
whatever it is.
Um, so as we're just had the whole Andy watched her die conversation, I look at Pike and it's like, do you want to talk about it? And if you do, we might want to do it somewhere a little more private, or did you just need to get just that off your chest?
I don't think the details matter.
Some reason you didn't pick up on your mic there.
I was just thinking, going, that's a very Pike response.
You made it either you didn't
The
register enough or you overpowered
Well,
your mic. I
no, I
can't
was
tell.
actually talking to myself.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah, he says that and just sort of looks at the watch. So if either of you hadn't noticed yet, it is very obvious now that that is her watch.
Hmm.
Is it broken and stuck at the same time too?
Yep.
November 5th.
That's my birthday, remember? 5th of November. Oh wait, that's something totally different. Never mind.
There's two things actually three things. I think it's the Full Metal Alchemist, that Hillary Duff movie, whatever, is November 5th. They
Yeah, I don't know
made
about
fun
that.
of, and V for Vendetta. Yeah, there's three of
Well,
them that are on
well,
November
that
5th.
and okay, so that's actually four then, because that actually comes from I don't remember who wrote the play, but it does reference the Guy Fawkes Revolution or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Gunpowder Revolution.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Gunpowder Revolution.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So it's 4 days that are November 5th, and then all of a sudden we have Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Not even important anymore. Um, sorry.
For those that don't know, because you live outside of anything UK related. Remembrance Day is Veterans Day. It's the same thing. The 11th
Very
hour
close, yeah.
of the 11th day.
Yeah, it's the same day, right? Do you guys celebrate it?
Yep. It's
Okay.
you guys call it
So,
Remembrance Day because of
11,
how,
11, 11.
yeah, you guys call it
Yeah.
Remembrance Day, we call it Veterans Day. But
Okay.
it's from the same, recognition or moment or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Did you just come down here to stop me from breaking your shit, or did you have something you wanted me for?
When shit's about to break, I have an idea it's gonna be you. But uh I'm out of practice
You're good.
after 45 days. When shit's about to break, I know it's probably gonna be you, but I didn't expect to see this particular sob fest.
I didn't plan for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
forgot. I should
know
have mentioned
things.
that prior to Pike being here. This is also for the viewers more so than it is the players who may not remember this particular moment. So just to clarify, like what really kind of drove it into having this emotional breakdown moment was on a previous mission, Pike wandered off into the woods by himself, not once or but like twice, I think. Very dangerous, very not smart, and then got called out by the other military commando type person on the ship that said, "Hey, dumbass, that was dumb. Don't ever do that shit again." And this is what caused Pike to do the inward spiral of doom that
Now,
led to flipping a truck.
the thing that she specifically said that caused the inward doom spiral was you know better,
Yes, yes.
because he did.
And so then, of course, everybody else was trying to get a hold of Pike for one reason or another, or just happened to be nearby or whatever it was. And then we had the conversation that led with or ended with the words, "I had to watch her die," and now we're talking about a busted watch and maybe moving this conversation somewhere else.
Yeah.
And also, Captain, why are
So I
you down
think,
here anyway?
well, mostly, I believe the reason why Matt was down there was to find any hint of where Octavia had gone.
Yes, because she was hiding, I believe.
Yeah. And then I heard any kind of hubbub, and I was like, I'm going there.
And I only came out of my hidey hole because I knew the hubbub was Pike.
Yeah, because people
Hubbub
were
is always
talking on
Pike.
the net like, what the fuck is wrong with Pike? He's trying to destroy stuff in the vehicle bay.
Yep.
Okay.
So just Luke. Luke, what does your character do when he realizes that Octavia is now there?
Well, we were having a nice conversation about someone's deceased time. But um, I don't know. I gave it some thought, and then I kind of like wrote it down, and I don't know where the notes are.
It would have been about my psyche bow
Yeah.
because I
Oh, okay.
basically told Lakota to go fuck herself.
Yeah.
And
Um,
your blood tests show a serious malnutrition issue.
Yes, which Pike has mentioned something to Octavia about already, or just in this prior to this scene.
Yeah, Pike didn't need blood work to know that that was happening. That's why Pike keeps occasionally showing up and stuffing burritos and coffee in her face.
yeah.
Yep.
Because as much as there might be a medical intervention that may or may not be helpful, Pike also grew up in a world of take care of your shit at the lowest level.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. So I guess Matt's just gonna look at Octavia and be like, okay, so what is going on? Pike is opening up, but you're doing what?
Um, she gives you a death glare.
Hmm. Is this about
She
the
she
yeah,
has
go ahead.
the I did not play with well with others, so she is not feeling talkative today.
Hmm.
You can pull
Okay.
rank.
I know I can. I have my character sheet up right now. All right. Matt is gonna go, okay, so we're gonna have to convene this in the dining area. Okay. We're gonna close that off. and we're gonna have a nice big talk about what's going on. And then I'm gonna roll dice for hopefully get anything to succeed on this one.
All right. What are you rolling?
You can resist with manipulation
can resist
Rolling
with
a command
manipulation.
roll with 2 successes.
if you want to resist.
You can push it for more successes, but you'll gain some stress.
I can push it twice actually.
Sure. Make sure you
If,
before you
if
push,
you're,
click
you gotta
that.
check the box before you do
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
one,
I
or
was
you
just
won't be
gonna
allowed
say
to do
that.
the second. If you want to just jet your stress back through the fucking roof. Like,
Um,
ooh, yeah, you can push that.
Yeah, maybe
I'm just trying to. This is an empathy, so she doesn't have the multi-push for empathy, only for wits.
Yeah.
Okay, Octavia gains a point of stress, but keeps her shit together and currently has 3 successes. Captain
Ugh.
is sitting on a total of
You're gonna have to push again if you're gonna make it happen.
yeah. If you wanna, this battle of wills is really becoming
Yeah.
entertaining.
This is such a stressful staring match right now.
It is. Oh shit! The captain starts trembling. You know what I think it does? I think there's not necessarily rage, right? Something like it, but I think you're hitting one of your walls again, where it's like you're at your wit's end. Like, why can't I get these fuckers to do what I need them to do?
Suffer a -2 to agility. Okay.
And it shows as a tremble. Now, I'm curious, Pike. You tend to look for your leaders, and you expect certain things out of people leading you. You see Warren and Octavia both having this staring contest to the point where Warren is trembling all of a sudden. Question mark, question mark, question mark? What is Pike going to do?
So on the one side, Pike sees that this is important enough that the captain is riding his edge here, right? Like he he's pushing hard. And he's at the edge of his own control, but this is clearly important enough that he's willing to flip his shit to make this meeting happen. So Pike thinks that this there's something else going on and it is genuinely important. Um, so I mean, we've got the result of the roll. Like we know that she's going now anyways, but Pike's gonna look over at her and be like, seems important.
Warren, roll wits for me.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Perfect. Roll wits, which is gonna.
I'm sorry, not wit. Yeah, wits. Let's go with wits.
Okay. No stress dice.
Yeah, leave the stress out. Okay. You did not learn to be a better leader in that moment.
No.
Which
Oh, is that what we're doing?
had you learned a little bit better, had you learned to be a better leader, your stress would have been reduced, but it remains. At this point, presumably, the group has convinced itself. It's not so much that one has convinced the rest of the group, but the group has convinced itself that repositioning to another place to have the continuation of the sit down take place is the move to make. So you move into the dining area, you seal it off. George and Marty both come by, not together. Not George. Wow. Okay, hold on.
No, I just want to make note.
David.
Intentionally, I want to make note that in my notes for Pike, I intentionally have not recorded the names of them because Pike does not fucking care.
Oh, absolutely. that totally scans. I needed to remember. But as you're making your move, you see Daniel. Daniel has a broom in one hand and a little dustpan in the other. And he stops, scoots to one side of the hallway to let you by, and then continues on. But as he does, for some reason, he just looks at Pike. And then continues. Oh, wait, don't you have them programmed to, like, ignore Pike or something like that?
They're programmed to
generally
not be in
avoid
the
him.
same room as me.
Yeah, so when they see Pike, okay, all right. So as Pike walks by, Daniel does one of these. And as soon as he can't turn his head anymore, he snaps it forward and walks off. And then Marty, a moment later, in the dining area, straightening up chairs and wiping down tables. In fact, what you see her doing is she's actually wiping it on the table. She sees you guys approach, she pushes in the chair, sees Pike, throws the towel over one shoulder, and immediately moves to the door. Not a word said from their plastic mouths on their plastic faces.
Once we get in there and we close the doors, I'll look at Octavia and I'll just sort of like point at the ceiling and then make little keyboard gestures with my fingers. Be like, hey, like, seal the room. Clearly, we need privacy.
I love that this is how
I
that
pull out
goes.
my data. I actually
I want to
I'm gonna
call
go walk over
Alita
to
first.
the door because there's two of them. So I'm gonna walk to the door to the hallway first.
Okay.
Um, I would like to try to use a heavy machinery roll to lock it.
Sure.
Oh, and without Matt needing to do this, I think like once we get in there and I make those gestures, I'll walk over to the intercom panel and I'll lead it a mess.
I'd kind of like to say she was already sitting there, but
Yes, no, that would be
that is her-
hilarious if she was
is
at
her-
one of the
that's-
other
She already
tables.
was.
She's
That's
got
her
a
idle
sandwich or
been-
something.
spot, right?
she's always been in that every episode for like I don't know how many
And I feel
months.
like it's always the same table, but it's a different chair each time.
You know, like whenever the main character comes back to the Solovetsky Island and they want to go talk to their NPCs, they know that they can always find Alita in the cafeteria, and Pike is always down in the vehicle bay.
And you'll
it's
never
more like
find
if the
Octavia
NPCs want to
because
talk
she's
to you guys,
actively
they know
hiding.
where you are.
Yeah, it's not even like a vehicle bay. It just has your picture on it. It's like click on Pike.
It's like
Well,
when you,
and then
when
Matt
you,
has an office.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like when you're in like Mass Effect and you go into the elevator, you choose which floor to go to. It's a picture of Warren, and then next to it, Captain's office. Picture of Pike, vehicle bay. Octavia, question mark, question mark, question mark. But it will take you to wherever she is if you hit it. It just doesn't know where she is at that moment. Every time you go to Octavia, she's in a different room.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
even do like a take you to a floor and then you walk to it, right? Like you hit the Octavia button and it fades to black and you fade in into some like random maintenance corridor.
Exactly.
Or like a vent.
Yeah,
Or
you
an
come out of a
event.
vent. All right,
All right.
go ahead. Have your little meeting. Alita has showed up.
Yeah,
Doors
Alita's
are
I
sealed.
I
Matt's
actually
there.
jammed the doors into lock position. I
Okay,
took a
Mm.
screwdriver out and went chink,
there you
locked
go.
position.
Nice.
I'm very pleased with myself.
Good. You now have a timer. Somebody's gonna come banging on the door shortly.
All right, we have very little time. I need to talk to
Every show has that line. We don't have much time. I'm like, actually, yes, we do. We have all the time we need.
This is our
Yeah.
only option, but we'll have a different one in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
We'll have a resolution option, which will be even better.
My favorite one, I think Kane will remember this one, is in Star Trek Online. When you're getting ready to do the new Romulus missions, and the Romulus leader is like, there's much to do and little time. Like, no, there's plenty of friggin' time. I played this shit before.
I've been doing this for years, buddy. You got plenty of fucking time.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting way off track. Please continue.
Last time we were on the Ilyana, right? Yeah, Ilyana.
Yeah, Ilyana.
Because we're on the Solovetsky Island, right? Last time we were on the Ilyana, I had a meeting with the coordinator of this particular thing, Gaius. It seems as though he was hinting at the fact that we are working solely under a guise or for Wayland Yutani.
Fuck
Everything that we do,
I work for you.
right. But I'm not convinced that all this is above board. What do you guys think? Like, anything on the contracts look funny, Octavia?
Island Yutani owns half of the everything, so I don't really understand why this is a surprise.
Yeah, but we've spent so long fighting Weyland-Yutani before.
I mean, we
I
didn't
just
fight
hope
Weyland-Yutani before.
we were fighting the Corp Girl. You're right. What
We
was her name?
General
we were
Just actual
we
General
were
Monica.
we were dealing with a conspiracy within our own command ranks.
Right. That's right. Um,
Although I do think, if I remember right, there was the whole Goal Italy whatever shit institute that was kind of
Golgoth
in
or
there.
Golgod or Golgid or
Golgoth.
something like
Oh
that.
no, like I remember that. Pike doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so the three worlds, just as a recap, well, not the three worlds, but the factions, they are in on this mission, right?
Yeah, all the major organizations, basically all the three major political
You have the
entities,
Three
which are,
Worlds
of course, the
League,
United Americas, the UPP, and Three Worlds Empire. They're all involved.
right?
Various other government and non-government organizations are involved, like I forget the exact names, but like the UNISC, the ISIC or something. Anyway, all of these groups are involved to some degree, and the overall compass of this thing is supposed to be a multinational effort, and that the
Mm,
UN is more or less at the head of it. Gaius, on the other hand, is like, no, this is a Weyland-Yutani out. We're just letting them piggyback. Or, more importantly, you work for Weyland-Yutani, you bring us shit. It doesn't go to the expedition itself.
right. Which is where I wanted to get to with this last time we were playing, and I kind of forgot, and then I kind of remembered.
Yep.
Where uh so we have multinational factions all functioning together to make this mission possible. We have Weyland-Yutani saying that this is all under Weyland-Yutani's backpack, and everything goes to them in the end, right? They're not multinational. I don't think they're even Weyland-Yutani controls anything in the UPP, do they?
Not so much in the UPP that I'm aware
Not
of.
directly.
Yeah, and
They're very.
they're corporate
I,
enough to be on their own insofar as any
Okay.
major government agency.
I mean,
And the third thing is,
Pike will speak up and say that Weyland-Yutani is in ice. It's most of their stuff is in ICC and UA. I mean, maybe he just assumes we're going to be loyal to Weyland-Yutani because we're UA.
right. But the third thing is that we started seeing those bugs again, those big old alien creatures that just seem to be multi-planet hopping.
Yeah.
And whenever we saw those, we saw Weyland-Yutani tech.
I mean, to be fair, we brought Weyland-Yutani tech everywhere with us.
Yeah,
Unavoidable.
it is
Weyland-Yutani's
unavoidable.
everywhere.
But wherever those things appeared, Weyland-Yutani was right behind it.
Are you saying that they're on the terraforming and atmospheric purifier things that are on the main ship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny going around to colonize these places and just putting down more xenomorphs instead?
Yeah. All right. Well,
It'd be real. I mean, just think about where we've seen the lockdowns, right? Like those really big ones.
Mhm.
Yes, he takes a moment to think because he shot somebody when he fought a big one. It's like that the amount of effort required for that containment, and it still failed, and it was overt there. Trying to covert that level of security and storage would be very hard.
yeah.
Well, the baby ones we were shoved in people's chests and then they were put on ice. We could have a god knows how many of them just chilling with the colonists on ice.
Yeah. But
Literal
I
shock on
mean,
his face, like, oh my God.
we don't know. I guess they could have been waking some of those people up and surreptitiously putting them places. He wouldn't know that word. I mean, I guess they could be waking some of these people up and trying to sneak them onto colonies,
At
Yeah.
dropping them in.
Yeah. What
or
what better
just
way to drop in bioweapons than to just put them on in people?
well, why would they? want to have a bunch of planets with a bunch of those things on them? That's not really like a science place, you know, to study them.
Hmm. What do we know about those things, anyways? We just know they appeared all the time.
Uh,
I mean, they have the life cycle. They get real big. They can control you.
I mean, we know that Deep Void wanted to use them as a weapon system.
Deep void.
That was General Vaughn's crew.
Right.
Mhm.
We know they were trying to use them as a weapon.
Yeah. But I mean, it's also kind of hard to, mine resources when you're dealing with them. So maybe they're going to keep their presence kind of light, but who knows?
Maybe they have something to do with why we even lost contact with most of these places.
I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that.
I mean, they've been out here by themselves for like 80 something years.
I mean, if they were going to have a ship, if they were going to have ships flying out there trying to drop these things off to do testing on these colonies, they wouldn't have needed the Ilyana or its mission.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'm being overly cautious.
No, the fact that they're here again is a fucking problem. And how they got here is definitely a big question.
Yeah, because I thought things were indigenously only on certain planets, and then they wouldn't make it to other places.
What?
In other words, like if a bird was found in one province, it would have to fly over to another place to get there. But on planets, we can't have the same species go to other planets unless they were brought there. So something had to bring them there, right?
Yeah. Something has to be bringing them places. We
Hmm.
know when we were dealing with them before, General Vaughn's crew were trying to move them around and try things out.
Maybe
Yeah.
the main Wayland Yutani is out here just to scavenge money, and there's a secondary secret Wayland Yutani that's out here to breed terror bioweapons.
Mm, I feel at least profit off of it somehow. They're really good at profiting off of stuff.
I mean, if it's just a question of profit, then trying to make sure that they get more than their fair share of worlds rich in resources is really what they want.
Yeah, I'm not complaining as long as we get like the paycheck and stuff, but I gotta know what you guys think about that on the board at this point.
Fuck anyone who wants those things in their pocket in
Hmm.
every way, shape, and form.
Kill them when we see them. Got it.
I mean, I plan to kill every single one I see,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
I'm not bringing anything to anybody who wants to science them up because fuck that. Extinction's a good option.
Hmm. All right. Alita, anything you want to say? Um, um,
As
no.
everybody looks at Alita and her sandwich, there is a thumping at one of the doors
Hmm.
and a voice on the other side. Hey, I know, I feel like I might be like a fifth wheel or something, but maybe let me in for a moment, please?
Whose
I
voice
Alita?
is
go
it?
and I pull the screwdriver out of the control panel.
It's Hamida.
Yeah. Okay.
And so you unlock the door for her so she can come in?
And then I put the control, and then I put the screwdriver back.
while you're walking over there, I look at Matt and I'm like, are we good? We're all on the same
Yeah.
page?
On the
Cool.
same page.
Hamida comes
Yeah.
in and she stops and sees that all of you are there. And you could see for a moment that she's doing like quick mental gymnastics of some sort. Oh, yes, the supply team right here. Awesome. Perfect. Hey, um, Keith, I need to talk to you, but I want to talk to the four of you. I got the impression you kind of know things about what went down on that planet.
I'm
Is
Those.
it
kind of standing
it
behind her with a screwdriver in my hand still. I'm just gonna say that.
Um,
I'm gonna
he,
signal
he,
no, no.
he looks
Oh
at me.
wait,
He's like,
no.
is is the me conversation and the us conversation the same conversation or different conversations?
You know, for someone who's not particularly bright, you are suddenly very bright. She's joking when she says that, but then she's also like, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that right away. Maybe we're not yet on cool terms again." I just wanted, if you guys are planning something, I don't know. I just felt like there was a certain conspiratorial overtones, and I wanted to make sure that whatever it was wasn't going to. You know what? I'm just, you know what? If you don't want me in on it, I don't, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. And she just walks over to the microwave and grabs one of those frozen burritos that are
Mostly
occasionally
it's
thrown at.
Wayland Yutani is an asshole. Nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to know if we're on the same page about something.
About Wei Yu.
Subjects.
Obviously, they're the bad guy, and I want to point out
Well,
she points to. I
She's
mean,
three
imagine she's
worlds.
got some sort of Three Worlds Empire pin or button or something on her, and she's like, "Yeah, obviously they're the bad guy, guys. Come on."
it wasn't necessarily about Wayland Yutani more than it was about what you saw in the woods underneath the mesa.
Oh, you mean the big screechy reptilian leather head, chitinous armor, acid blood thing that Mr. Hunter over here decided to take out
How did
twice?
you know about the
That
acid
or
blood?
more.
I always thought they were kind of bug-like.
Sure,
Hmm, maybe
we could go
crab-like?
with giant bug-like.
I mean, if they were crabs, they'd be like all shell, you know?
Oh, and they wouldn't have a tail.
Yeah, maybe more
Hmm.
legs.
Okay, you
I
guys
don't.
are
They don't need
really
more
good at getting
legs.
off track.
So,
This is like herding kittens.
yeah, so yeah, so it's more about those things, and we've seen them a few times on different planets,
Okay.
and they always seem to have the same everything about them. We think they may be trafficked, but we don't really know more about that than we
It's
can
always
say.
Wayland Yutani's fault.
Who
We
would
just
Yeah,
bring
don't
them
know
all the way
how.
the hell out here, though? These things look pretty
well, that's what
nasty.
we're trying to figure out.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help in that regard, I suppose. And she just one of those like shotgun cocking kind of gestures. I'm always down for a hunt.
Yeah, but really
They're a doozy.
really the question is they don't have space wings, so they can't just fly from a planet to another planet, you know?
Hmm.
Space wings? Is that how animals propagate from one planet to another where you're from?
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out. He's like, I don't know what propagate means.
I
And
know, that's why she said it.
it's like,
Matt knows what propagate is, but doesn't understand the question.
And I get it, so I'm just over here cackling. I still may have spare screwdriver in my hand as I'm eyeing her. I'm like, hmm.
She grabs her burrito out of the microwave and she just starts unpeeling the wrapper, takes a bite. So, well, you guys are fairly tight knit. I'm not a betting woman, but I would be putting money on the fact that you guys were in the same unit doing the same shit for the last, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 years. So I guess this just applies to everybody. Who did you have to watch die?
I think Pike just leaves.
Does he?
Yeah, like his first instinct is to just like punch her in the face, but he doesn't want to because he likes her
Er,
and he has no idea what to
My
do
first
about this.
instinct is I'm chucking the screwdriver in my hand at her face.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to make an agility roll for her just to see if it actually does anything. Oh, let's go, Hamida. Agility.
Double stress.
Oh dear. You do not have a token selected. I don't want to select a token. Okay, hold on.
Well, she takes one chunk of screwdriver to the face.
Oh, hold on. Hang on. I'm just gonna roll it again. One success to your one success.
Well, that's a cancel on a defensive.
Yep. She dodged it. Barely. Like I think it comes by and like I think the handle end of the screwdriver as it flips by bounces off like part of her burrito. She just looks at you like, I'm trying to eat that.
Rude.
Yeah, I think he walks out, and like as he's walking through the door on his way out, he'll say, I'll be in the quiet room.
I follow Pike out and then I keep walking.
Hmm.
I'll pass through the quiet room to go back to hiding someplace else.
Amita is
Okay.
going to lean against the counter watching as you guys leave.
Alita is
Munching
going
on
to attempt to follow them and make sure that they don't cause any more trouble than they are. And Matt's gonna stay there and go, satisfied?
Shit.
I'm going to go follow up with him. Pretty sure I just stepped on my own. She just takes what's left of her burrito and follows Pike into the quiet room.
I wouldn't do that.
Noted. And she just keeps on.
Well, I mean,
St. George
Pike
chasing the
has-
dragon right now.
Yeah, we're
look,
gonna have a
I
dead
tried
person.
to, harm her in place of Pike, and I just missed, so I kept walking.
Hmm. All right,
Hey,
I'm gonna
that out.
follow him.
sorry. Maybe I was a little insensitive. I don't know. I'm curious, and also I wanted to apologize for earlier because maybe I was a little too harsh on you. I don't know. You're a big guy. I felt like maybe I had to hit you a little bit harder to get the point across. Maybe I hit too hard.
Oh, what did she? All right, so we need to figure things out real quick.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
two of us left, and I'm headed to the quiet room.
Mhm.
Which is literally one doorway away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, there's an internal door too. That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
I'm passing through the quiet room and leaving the quiet room to go to one of my hiding spaces.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not staying.
And then Alita
Actually,
And
basically
Alita's
followed to
behind-
make
actually,
sure.
wait. Pike, do you want to go borrow one of my hiding halls?
No, she's not going to leave it alone.
You can.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
by this point you can see that she's following. She's already said whatever she said to Warren, who's standing there with his arms crossed. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go follow up with him because I really need to get this out."
Yeah, I'm sure, and I'll make sure Alita knows I don't plan to kill anybody.
I
Alita,
just
thumbs
toss
up
you
on that
my
one.
spare screwdriver, and then I keep walking.
Pike doesn't need a spare screwdriver. Pike will just bash.
Yeah, but now he has a screwdriver.
So now Pike will stab.
Improvised weapon.
So then,
yeah.
as the marching order continues, Alita walks in.
Alita sees my back as I walk out the door and into the hallway.
And sees Pike sitting in a beanbag chair.
I don't think he's seated in the beanbag chair. I think he's pacing back and forth in front of one, deciding if he can sit down and stay still long enough to sit.
Also with a screwdriver.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's just like tossing and catching a screwdriver
As one does.
because that's not menacing.
No, not at all.
For
Does Alita stick around, or does she keep going to wherever she's
No,
going next?
she will try to not tail, but kind of just make sure that Octavia is not murdering someone else with a spare screwdriver.
All right. It sounds like it's Pike and Amita again.
okay.
So she sees you pacing, and she stops just inside the doorway. Maybe kind of props herself up against the doorway with about a third left of her burrito. And she's like, "So, listen, maybe I was a little insensitive there, asking about whoever it was that passed. I don't always think before I speak, although I really should do better. But more importantly, I wanted to apologize earlier. You're kind of a big guy, so I thought if I hit you hard enough, the point would get across, but perhaps I hit too hard."
Come in and close the door.
One witness.
Telling
Matt
me that
totally gets a door closed in his face.
Yeah.
telling me that I knew better was the right thing. I didn't like it. I still don't like it, but it's true.
I think you don't like it because you should have caught it yourself. But I digress. I don't
I
need to
think we-
pour salt into this wound.
I think we both knew that I knew at the time too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll get mad, but if you don't call me on my shit, then you aren't worth respecting.
Well, I didn't do it for the respect. I did it because you should have known better, and you do know better. And I actually think you could be a half decent human being with just a little bit of effort. So, I don't know, maybe pull yourself back from the fire, and you're supposed to stay warm with those things, not actually burn yourself.
I had my chance for that.
He kind of looks at you, he's like, I'm not sure what you mean.
Somebody we all knew decided that I could be more human. They believed in it enough that they put in the time to try to help me walk onto a path more like other people. And I watched her die.
She takes the last little bit of her burrito, eats it, crumples up the paper. It's a little bit louder than she meant for it to be. You kind of see that thought cross her face. And she's
I
like,
feel like right now might be a good time for that flashback because he's just going to tell her the story.
yeah, let's do it. Let's reveal to the audience what happened. And I will let you lead all of this because I will try to play what I understand of her parts as needed, or you could just narrate it, the whole thing through.
Do you remember the Cliffs Notes?
Vaguely. Well, to be clear, vaguely might not be the right word, but I remember the idea of what had happened. And that,
Okay.
but it may be better if you narrate it, just because I might miss some of the more finite details.
Okay. Um, so he starts with a conversation. Like remember way back when we ended the show, when we ended the first season and we had our whole like we signed our NDAs and signed our retirements and walked out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think on a pad waiting for a transport to take us away. Um, like he's there first, and then Eckhart catches up, and it starts with some basic questions. Pike having a bit of an existential moment. Questions like, "I made that deal for everyone else because we can't stay. There's no way we can. There's no way we can stay in this command structure after everything that happened. We'd never be able to have faith in the chain of command like we're supposed to. Um, uh, we don't know that we got everybody in the conspiracy. We just know we took the top off. So I have nowhere to go, nothing to do. I've I don't even know if the end of this time in means that you're leaving, but I guess wherever you're going, if you still want this, I'll try."
I think what we see in this flashback at that moment is Karen stopping you for a brief moment, or not so much stopping you, but in that natural pause, she says, "Just call me Karen," and she slips an arm under yours. And come with me. I have an idea. I think you might like it. It
And then we
involves a
get to
ship, us, and the endless expanse.
then we get to like the next shot, and it's just him there trying to read pamphlets and shit while she's negotiating to buy a ship.
Yeah, exactly. We get that Malcolm. What was his name? Malcolm Reynolds. Is that his name from
Yeah,
Firefly? We get
yeah,
that moment where Malcolm's
like
like,
him and
"So
Zoe
it's
walk
a
onto the
Firefly
ship.
class."
We get that. Yeah, no, we get that cool scene, right, where we totally rip it off. We walk into the ship we ended up with, and he's like, "This thing needs a lot of fixing."
No, it's fine. We've got time. We've got the money from the settlement. We can do this. We can make it work.
I can I can learn how to fix it.
Listen, fresh coat of paint there, a metric gallon of sanitizer there, maybe some curtain rods over here. We could do this.
I think so.
And then we just start
Yeah.
running cargo and we'll make our money back in like 6 months. It'll be no biggie.
You know, this is the first time I've looked at something as an investment of time into future. It's not just wake, fight, sleep.
It's liberating, isn't it?
Is this what it's like for everyone else?
Yeah. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we have dinner, maybe read a book, watch a movie, play a video game, rinse and repeat. Life isn't meant to be that stressful, man. Sure, maybe for a few moments here and there, existential crises, they come and go. The fights have to be fought, battles have to be won, but afterwards, sky's the limit, or in this case, never ending.
You're going to have to put in a lot of work, you know,
On the paint or on you?
on me.
I feel like that would be that would be one of those like laugh track moments. If this wasn't such a serious show.
Yeah.
We can do it. You and me.
Well, this thing already flies? Question mark.
No question mark. We replaced the flux capacitor. Good to go.
You know, maybe
I saw that road dance.
before we pick up our first contract, we should take this somewhere and just take a week to not have any responsibilities and then pick up our first job in some parts.
Sure. I can get down with that. And she
I
looks at
kinda
you and she
wanna-
has quote unquote that look. When
Yeah.
you mentioned the week.
Yeah. I kinda want to see what it's like to have a whole week without Big Brother telling me what to do.
It can be as intoxicating as you might think.
All right, let's do this. Um, and then the next scene is like they walked out of a restaurant and they're on their way back to where they're staying when those guys show up.
Yeah, go ahead and do however you want to go with this one. I'm gonna try to follow your lead again.
So I think I remember this one actually.
I do too, but I don't want to take
So
anything from Kane. I want to just kind of
yeah,
follow in and support as opposed to taking the lead on this.
yeah. So they walk out and she walks a little bit ahead. She's just like throwing something in a trash can. And three guys walk up, two of them pull out knives, and one of them pulls out a gun and tries to rob her. He tenses up, he steps forward, he steps up. She knows that that's his I'm a fucking murder somebody and decides that like this is our new life now. So she just holds out the hand that has on the arm that has the watch to hold him back and tries to talk it down. Well, he's seething and trying to understand what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it goes on for a couple of minutes and he sort of tries to relax a bit. He's not paying too much attention to what's going on with the conversation. He figures she's got it handled and he's trying to just be like, okay, this is how we do things now. I need to calm the rage. The rage is not what I'm supposed to do right now. She's made that clear. This is how humans do things. Um and
Gunshot.
the pistol goes off. And it becomes a blur of violence. He sees that she got shot and she falls and the watch hits the ground and breaks. And then he looks at the dudes with murderous rage. And one of them tries to stab him. And he brutally murders all three of them in front of the whole crowd. He doesn't just like take their weapons and knock them down or try to knock them out. We're talking shattered ribs. He's ripping things out of people. He fucking viciously murders these guys. And then just looks around at everybody, sees that people are calling for the police, there's sirens going. He takes the watch and he runs. He runs to the ship. He grabs his bags. He steps off the ship because He looks at it, he thinks about it. It's like, I could try to fly out of here, but I don't know how to fly this kind of ship. I've only ever really flown a drop ship. So I just have to hide. And he takes his shit and he just runs off the landing pad and into the jungle.
And that's when the flashback ends. We come back to Heath and Amita
There's
in the
one
quiet
last
room.
thing.
Oh, sorry. No, please, please.
He taught, like, there's a couple action scenes of him just like out surviving in the jungle, evading search and stuff like that. He's trying not to kill anybody. And then the last scene is when he breaks back onto the into the spaceport to get on a communicator. And like the whole way back, he has decided that like he can't be on the run forever. That's not really living and it doesn't do any purpose. He has no purpose anymore. So he's decided that he's going to kill himself. But he wants to say goodbye so that his Marines don't blame him for it. And that's when he calls Matt. And the conversation between the two of them starts with Pike's intention to say goodbye, and Matt offers him a job instead.
Deep.
And
Wow.
that's he, yeah, that is the story.
As we get to the conclusion of Pike relaying this information to Hamida, what does he look like? Because I'm imagining, broken down, maybe some tears, maybe hunched over on the corner or on the beanbag chair.
I think he goes through a bit, right? Like there's the whole like the melancholy when he's talking about, we got the ship, we were gonna spend some time together before we were just gonna go see what the future of the universe looked like. Um, and then he's angry after that, and then he gets to like a resigned flat point where he sort of like cuts himself off when he's talking about when he decided that we had nothing to live for anymore. He had no Marines and he had his connection to humanity was gone. So he's gone through this whole roller coaster during the story.
Yeah.
Um, and that's sort of where it ends for him, is kind of coming out the end of that. On the end is like that um like resigned attitude,
Okay.
where because now he's acknowledging again, but verbally, so it's at the front of his mind that he had decided that he made that deal for everybody. He got out of the Corps and he had no function anymore. His life does not serve anything.
I think Hamida is just standing pensive, thinking, absorbing and processing everything that you have said. Her demeanor is probably open and accepting, but also, how some people can like convey emotion to a point that another person starts to feel that same emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, absorbing some of that and becoming that same sort of emotional outlet in a way as she's running all this through her mind. And she, at one point, finally, she just kind of stops and she just looks up at you or down to you or what have you. She says, she was she was somebody important, somebody special, obviously, and arguably irreplaceable. But that doesn't mean that because she's gone that you need to follow her. And she leans in a little bit, her volume goes down a little bit. And there are several people on this ship that expect you to stick around, that want you to stick around, that want you as part of our team. But at the end of the day, that's your choice, Heath. You're the one that has to make it. We'll be waiting for you. I feel like she wants to say, don't disappoint us, but you could see that she's like keeping that part to herself because she doesn't want to push too hard because she knows if she pushes too hard, you're liable to lose your shit again. So like you can see some of that convey in her eyes. That she's kind of restraining herself a little bit.
I like you because you have the courage to say things. You're the only person on this crew that I didn't come here with that I have any respect for. And he just flat out says that, like,
Yeah,
the
no, I
only
love the
person that's
way
not in the Marine team that he has any respect for is her because she's genuine.
I like the way you say things. That's all I heard. She looks back at you. Now I might we're laughing, but like she's obviously not in a jovial mood. He looks at you and she's just like, you you have a place here, whether you see it, whether you believe it. You have a place here. You have a role, a position. And even if you didn't, you have friends here. People that are willing to look out for you. This is a burden that you are going to have to carry for the rest of your life. But it is not a burden you have to carry alone. And it is a burden that will in time become easier to carry if you allow it. Stop using it as an anchor.
Trying to decide how ham-fisted I want to be about this.
Pike.
It's Pike, so probably pretty
Yeah. He doesn't
ham-fisted.
know how to be any other way.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, no, why not? You just gonna look at her and say, "What? You plan to help carry this burden?"
She shrugs. If you consider me your friend, then yes, that's what friends do, isn't it?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Well, I feel like a chaos gremlin tonight.
Okay. All right.
He says the others, the others I came here with, they share the burden because we all lost that person. But it's not because we're helping each other with the burden. We just understand it. The
Oh,
only
I've
person,
noticed.
the only person who tried to help me carry my burdens was Karen. She was not my friend.
No, that was obvious. You guys were planning on moving in together and moving on together. That's not friendship. Listen, you took a big loss. Absolutely, you did. But you're gonna tell me, you're gonna look me in the eye and tell me that an infantryman, of which you are always an infantryman first, if nothing else, doesn't know how to take a loss? Get your ass up and get out there again. You ain't gotta go find someone to replace her. Don't, in fact, is my advice. But you do need to get your ass up and you get out there and start doing some shit again. And not endangering yourself because you don't know how to deal with your feelings. And when she says feelings, she stabs you with a finger right in your chest. That shit's supposed to hurt. It reminds you are alive. It reminds you there are things worth fighting for, things not worth giving up on. And in this, she smirks. You really should have known better.
No, Pike's not that clever.
So what are you gonna do, big boy? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if she would actually say that right then. Big guy. There you go. What are you gonna do then, big guy? You gonna come play with the rest of us? Or you gonna sit in here and wallow in your own self pity?
I th- mm, I'm,
You're
I'm gonna pull a Luke.
gonna make a roll?
I'm gonna make a roll.
Make a roll. It's sad that you only have one die to make it with, but you know.
No, I'm rolling a D2.
Oh, oh, you're doing a straight 50-50. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got a one. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think Pike sees that the way, like, I think Pike sees her final comments there as an invitation.
Okay. He looks. He's like, I'm not inviting you to fuck me. I just need you to get up there and start being the man you're supposed to be, jackass.
Wow.
He doesn't believe her, but
That's
he's going
fine.
to leave.
That's fine. Listen, I love this part because how many times have we picked up certain cues from one person, had a great time, got similar cues from other people, but none of that same level of intent, and thought we were reading those cues correctly, but we're wrong all along. I know I have.
Yeah,
So
no, that
if
was
Pike makes
just
that
DC
same
to see if he
mistake,
read that or not, and that's what he decided he read.
yeah,
So
and if that's what he
he'll leave.
read, and he's wrong because she's not interested in that sort of relationship, she just wants a solid battle buddy, you know. But that's okay because Pike absolutely is free to think whatever he wants and still be wrong.
And Alita is watching all of this go down.
Is she? She's not in the same room.
Yes.
No, she left. She
Yeah,
left
she
to
left.
go to follow you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Are we good on that scene, or is there more?
Yeah, we're good. Pike leaves.
All right. That takes us next to Octavia. As you are attempting to maneuver your way in the variety of ways in which you maneuver through the ship, you at some point round a corner, whether it's in the vents, whether it's in the hallway, you round a corner, and right there, leaning against the wall, Spin. Arms crossed.
Again?
Spin. Arms crossed, staring you down. He does not look happy. You've probably had similar conversations with him at various points in the time in your past. You recognize this look. You're about to get something of a scolding. Finn doesn't normally do this. Because if I'm not mistaken, Finn is the smartass. I have to
Finn
refer
is
to
the
my notes.
one.
Huh?
Yeah, generally it's the sister that pulls, drama.
Yeah. It's Finn. But you know one thing, he's a smartass through and through, absolutely. But when he has something to say and it's serious, you might want to have your listening ears on. And he's got that look right now. And he says, "Hey, sis. Where are you off to?"
A nap.
Is that a good idea?
Have the discussion I just had, maybe.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what was discussed. You want to give me the Cliffs Notes, or should I just guess?
Wayland Yutani is, and freaky monsters, same old, same old.
No, that's no reason to go take a nap.
I start edging around him to go deeper into said tunnel system.
He adjusts position. He's not blocking you, but he keeps right up with you, shoulder to shoulder, or as close as he can get to it. He is not stopping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you probably figured I'm doing this for a reason. You're not dumb. I know you better than that.
So what is your particular reason of the day today, brother?
Oh, it is actually a particular problem. Listen, I don't know what's up with that Heath guy. And honestly, he scares me. Probably snap my neck like it was nothing. But your sister and I are quite concerned that you are only barely nominally pulling your weight. And we know better. Don't we?
The job's getting done. I don't know what your problem is.
Barely. Sometimes even late. Sometimes one of us has to cover for you. This isn't you. You're usually the one that's pulling us around by our ears. Where the fuck is my sister?
She also gives him death glare.
Sure. It's like a mirror. He's just absorbing it. Like it's like it's not going to phase him. We can roll it off and see what happens if you want to, but he is not backing down.
Yeah.
He has, as they say, a point to make.
Mhm.
I don't know why these 2 episodes in particular are so emotional, but we're fucking pushing all the emotion buttons.
So she manages to like go through turn into the maintenance tunnel.
Mhm.
Bam, like her like hidey hole with a stack of blankets and such.
Yep, and he comes
Section of the
right up in
maintenance
there
tunnel.
and plops down crisscross applesauce right across from you.
Oh yeah, so he can sit on the floor and I have the cozy blankets. This
That's
is
fine.
fine.
He doesn't care. It is nowhere on his face that he cares that he's sitting on hard surface versus blankets.
Yeah. She is reclined in blankets.
Mm-hmm. Where's my sister Tavi? Now we've never actually established this, but let's just argue that he doesn't call you that unless there's a reason. Maybe it gets under your skin, or maybe it's meant for very special moments.
I throw I shuffle around. I grab a half-eaten ration bar and throw it at him.
He almost got me. Where's my sister?
Wanting a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yes, we used to look up to you, right? Not just me and Nina, all of us. But when you came back from the Corps, I don't. Sorry, sis. I don't know what the fuck happened to you. We tried. I tried. But this is not the Octavia that I remember leaving. And I get it. Some shit happened, and you barely talk about any of it, and that's fine. I don't expect you to give us all the details. Hell, I probably don't want to know them. But I do know this. I need my sister back. Nina needs her sister back. The ship needs my sister. And whoever this person is in front of me that weighs 20 pounds less than I thought she did 2 months ago, this is not her. And I hate to be so blunt. Can you pull your shit back together, though? Please?
Fine.
I
But at
want you
least
to
do my nap.
make an empathy roll. No stress. Actually, yes, add stress. Okay. You have the option to reduce 1 point of stress or take a nap.
Well, she's totally taking a nap.
Okay, your stress
She is
remains.
done.
Your stress remains. Your depression remains. And your brother continues to stare at you like you owe him $50.
So did Alita follow us along this entire time too?
That's a good question.
Or
Did
did
she?
Alita do something else?
She saw Finn and snuck off. Was like, not doing this one.
The GM's doing something? I'm not stepping on it. I'm not stepping on it.
That looks like a lot of not my problem.
That sounds like a lot of emotional conflict that Alita is not well developed enough to figure out.
Yeah. Octavia straight up just takes a nap in her hiding hole. Like she doesn't care if Finn's staring at her or not.
About 5 minutes into your nap, Finn says, I want my sister back. And he says it again and again and again and again and again until you respond.
Mm.
To include every now, like every 2 or 3 times he says it, you get a poke in the ribs.
Um, she gets fed up.
Uh-huh.
She packs up her stuff,
Okay.
shoves it into the bag that's lying right there, picks up her stuff and boom.
Okay. Before
Another
all of
section.
that, let me let's see. You're gonna tell me I need to have a token select. I have 1 success on manipulation. You may resist if you like. Ty goes to defend her, so you continue to walk off? Or do you stand around and listen to what he has to say?
But he already told me what he had to say.
Oh, he's still pestering the shit out of you. Like he's trying to make this is his point. Where is my sister? You are not my sister right now.
No, no. She tries to lose. Actually, um, which one is it? Stealth falls under mobility, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. She like scurries away from him and hides from him.
Hmm. Okay.
He's like, nope, nope. Ducks down another tunnel.
And he misses it at some point. He tries to follow you. But at some point there's like a switchback with an extra third option in there somewhere, and he misses that you took the third option.
Yeah, I
After
pop out and I'm out of like a ceiling vent and I'm now sleeping in Pike's bunk because I want my fucking nap.
Okay.
And people tend to leave Pike's shit alone.
Yeah. As you pop out of the ceiling vent or tile or whatever ceiling cat style,
Yep.
Marty is in there, looks up at you, does one of the head turn things.
I close the ceiling vent behind me and then I go climb into Pike's bunk.
Yeah. Once you do all that, then Marty's like, whatever. But in a not well defined plastic molded robot sort of way.
I just don't even notice Marty.
Yeah.
Marty does not calculate it as in my attention sphere.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I have for now. Ben will remember this.
Yeah.
Pops up in the corner of the screen in white
Yep.
text.
Ben will remember that you rebuked him for his efforts to recover his sister from her manic depressant episodes.
He's just lucky she didn't decide to hit him and then run away.
That
'Cause I was
would
seriously
have required
contemplating
some
that.
nice rolling. We would have seen how that turned out. I want to point out, and I love how you played this. I gave you the choice, even though you succeeded or what have you. I gave you the option to choose. Do I continue down the dark side or do I try to return to the light? And you chose your path. Just wanted to point that out. That's not an admonishment in any way. Just pointing it out that that you had the choice and that was the choice.
Nina to go hunt Pike down to go. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. One more time.
I'm waiting for Finn and Nina to hunt Pike down.
I don't know how this is going to, what the next evolution is going to be, but that is an option on the table for sure. All right. At this point, you guys are free to do whatever you want to do. You have roughly, let's say, 12 hours until you dock. I'm going to use the restroom real quick so you can talk amongst yourselves to figure out what you want to do. Once I come back, we'll figure out what it is that gets done.
Well, what are Matt and Alita going to get up to for the next 12 hours?
That's a really good question. Alita probably going to report to Matt that Finn has been talking to Westcott. Matt is hopefully not going to get completely ambushed by some other trap or something that she has in mind.
Oh no, don't worry.
Unfortunately,
It's gonna be Finn who gets the next one, and then you're just gonna get to see that because you're also in the bridge. You're gonna get to
Mhm.
see it because you're,
And then
captain's console is 10 feet away from the pilots.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Pike's probably just going to go do inventory somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Octavia,
Hmm.
Matthew.
Oh yeah.
Alita.
So I'm hacking Finn's peed out this time
Okay.
to make the same horrifyingly irritating noise that the captain had to deal with.
Okay, hold on. Let me see something here. Is Finn the kind of a guy that wouldn't even bother to check his PDAT?
Or I can just make his pilot's console do it. I don't even care.
You could do that, certainly.
Oh my God, an alarm that every time you acknowledge it, it goes back off for some non-critical system, so it just keeps buzzing at him constantly.
Yes.
You've got to like duct tape over the speaker on his console.
Yeah,
Just-
go ahead
just to
and
muffle
make
it.
your comms tech roll that I'm sure you're going to pass with no problem. Oh dear.
Oh wow.
Tremble. You start trembling. I think, you know what I think it is you. Oh, I know what it is. You tremble, and then you get the idea. As you're laying in bed, you start. So, okay, here's what happens. You're laying in bed, chasing after this nap, and after about 10 minutes, you get fed up. You flip the freaking covers up off of you. You almost bash your hand on the top bunk because Pike is on the bottom bunk, I think. I think I got that right. I don't know.
Well, my bunk is the bottom bunk, and
Okay,
Pike is
you're
sleeping in
on
my
top.
bunk
Okay,
because he,
so you almost
yeah,
bash
I'm
the
literally
ceiling
sleeping
tile.
upstairs. I'm sleeping in his bunk where half of his stuff is laid out. So I'm
Yeah.
just sleeping tucked behind his stuff.
There you go.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you do the whole, oh, this is bullshit. Like, things that I say when I can't fall asleep when I want to. And you sit on the edge of the bed and you're like, stupid, this is fucking irritating. And you start to tremble from a little bit of this anger, frustration, and everything that's happened today. It's been a very emotional 12 hours since you woke up earlier. And there's been a lot of heavy, heavy shit for you to process. And finally, you're like, you know what? Fuck this. And you get up and you go find your PDAT, one of your special ones, and you hack what's Finn's pilot console. So now the camera shifts from you doing all this over to Finn, we get a shot of him on the toilet. His PDAT beeps. And it doesn't stop beeping. Even after he presses the acknowledge button, it continues to beep. Because he's got his PDAT tied to the pilot's console. So now we see him kind of, angrily, hurriedly trying to finish up what he's doing on the toilet, getting up, comes up onto the flight deck, sees the flashing light, reads the little notice. He's like, God damn it, she got me. Sets the PDAT down, starts playing with the computer, the inputs and whatnot.
The captain comes in and has a serious flashback.
Gets
Of,
one success,
shooting
which is
his
not
own
enough
PDAT.
to.
She got
It's-
6 successes.
I know, it's not enough to counter what she did, but what he has done is at least disabled the connection between his PDAT and his flight console. So at least now it's just the flight console that he can always walk away from.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be
yeah,
real rough when he's got to dock the ship.
Yeah,
when Matt
That's
walks onto
that's
the
when we
bridge,
see the
it's
duct tape come out.
flashback.
What's that?
When Matt walks onto the bridge, he has a flashback of when he needed to shoot his own PDAT with a gun.
I am one less bullet. Yes.
Yes, I have one less bullet, he says, as an admission of guilt. Flash Cage 34, thanks for that follow, my friend. All right, so we have a couple options here.
I guess we make it to the Ilyana, huh?
I was just gonna say, either you guys have something or we arrive at the Ilyana. Is there
Yeah,
anything you
pretty
guys want to get
much.
after, or are we good?
Oh yeah, and it beeps on a higher frequency the closer we get.
Of course it does.
Just saying.
Of course it does. Yeah, eventually he has the volume knob not just turned all the way down, but he's pulled the knob itself off of the little stick. He's got tape over the stick. He's got tape over the little itty bitty speaker that emits the sound, and he's got one ear plugged. Yeah, you guys pull up alongside the Ilyana and you dock.
Pike, in an interesting turn of events, is trying to get involved in the supplies transfer.
Okay.
Where like we're restocking on like our food, our water, our oxygen, and whatever.
Mhm.
And he's just getting involved in that. He's not trying to be like, it's my job now. Check it out. I know better. But he's just like, they're moving food crates. I'm just gonna start moving the food crates.
Okay. Almost immediately as some of your supplies are removed and new supplies are added, you notice that much like your last mission, a lot of new colony supply stuff is being loaded on. For the rest of you, Captain Warren, you receive a message from Gaius requesting a sit down sometime in the next 6 to 8 hours at your earliest convenience to conduct your debriefing Your presence is required. Any other personnel from your crew is welcome at your discretion.
Hmm.
He's also expecting your logs and whatnot to be sent over in the next hour. This is all standard, normal procedure.
Hmm.
He wants all your logs, and Tam is sitting there next to you, going, "Yep, I got to turn all my shit in too." Blah, 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 blah. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Even in the space 80s.
I mean, it's got to be paper. What else would
It's
exist,
paper, but
right?
we have only 4 sides, not 8 sides to the pieces of paper. Come on, somebody's got to get that reference. Come on, come on.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I had to have at least one of you catch that reference.
Somehow I don't know that one.
Battlestar Galactica, the reboot. All of their papers,
Okay.
all of their paper, which they used a lot of paper in a sci-fi show. All of their paper had each of the corners were rounded, so they
Okay.
were more of a hexagonal shape or octagonal shape, but that short little edge. Which, by the
Okay.
way, for printer paper, I'm wondering how that worked.
That seems it would get caught.
It would get caught or misfeed, jams, all sorts of dumb shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, for Pike is just being uncharacteristically involved in trying to be continuously doing something for the ship instead of his usual like wander around and do stuff kind of thing.
Yeah, at some point, I think Hamida comes by, smacks you right dead on the ass. We're talking full handprint. As she was walking by, she's like, "Good job. Way to be a part of the team."
I don't think he says anything.
Mixed signals, then, eh, buddy?
Oh, he's not whatever she does at this point, he has already decided. Like
What would be even more hilarious is if she knew that and would intentionally mislead you just to fuck with you. No other reason, no malice, but just to be like, "Oh, wouldn't it be a fun prank to pull on him?"
Hmm.
Yeah. So let's say over the next several hours, as you're docking and swapping things around, turning in reports, things of that nature, you do hear some scuttlebutt. There are a couple of notes that you pick up on, some words that you catch that seem to get repeated more than some others. One of those things is there's news of excuse me. Hang on, let me. The one of those reports is that the Typhoon, which is one of the 4 exploration ships that you guys were here that came out here with you. Let me rephrase that. So there was the Ilyana. There was 4 scout ships. Your guys' is one of them. There was another one that was also dispatched out to do scouting type stuff, and then the other 2 were kept close for ostensibly for security reasons or something along those lines. Well, the other ship that went out, the Typhoon, has returned recently and is carrying news of a colony that they had found, discovered, recontacted, what have you. The other piece of information is is some kind of hushed, kind of hesitant to speak it out loud. It's sometimes carried in like not necessarily hushed tones, but like people are careful about how they say it or when they say it. But there's mention of something called Gorham's Marauders. And I will give you a little bit of free piece of info. If you recall, one of your first missions was to a planet called Gorham's Colony
Hmm.
or Gorham's Outpost or something like that.
Yeah.
So this Gorham's Marauder seems vaguely familiar or interesting, or perhaps you may have heard that before. I remember if pretty sure it was mentioned at least once previously, but I don't remember. Other than that, you have your debrief. Your ship is being loaded, as Pike has noticed. It is being loaded as though you guys are going to have another colonial expedition or colonial setup mission to go out on next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's been about 24 hours since we woke up, so I have to make another am I playing well with others roll?
Yes, you do. Give yourself what is that roll exactly? Because off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's another empathy roll, isn't it? Oh, you're playing well with others. So I was going to give you an extra die.
streak
No.
broken. I'm sure that makes you so sad.
Sad
A little bit.
and or excited that she doesn't have to re-roll another character.
Hey, I want to see the drama of her failing them.
I know, but I love how we're edging it. We're edging it now. I don't know if I should have said that out loud on live, but whatever.
That's a
We're
you
all
problem,
adults
man.
here, huh?
It's very much a you problem.
It is. All right, who's going to go sit down with Gaius?
No,
Did you just say no?
correct.
Lauren has to.
Yes,
Everybody
Lauren
else is
has to.
optional.
Yeah.
Mm, how much information of his do I think I can steal if I go somewhere close to his office?
Is this a
Yeah.
conversation you two want to have a scene for? Because I feel like this is a conversation you want to have a scene for.
Hey, Matt, I want to hack their shit. I would like to steal all of his information.
That sounds reasonable. I would like to assist you in this endeavor.
Yeah. So,
Oh, you know what I want to do while they're having this meeting?
Uh-huh.
I would like to make a show of going by and seeing Dudge and seeing if he wants anything from the station. I just
Okay.
assume he doesn't want to leave the ship.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. So yeah, let's let these two talk, and then you and Dudge
So
can
my,
have your little
my
sit.
plan, I mean, I don't need a scene for that. I'm just planning to go aboard the station in Gen Pop and just sort of walk around while they're having their meeting
Okay.
and try to get a feel for like international tensions.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. You two do your thing, and then when you're done, Kane will have his moment in the sunlight. As
okay.
well.
So,
What would you
I don't.
need?
I mean, being in his general vicinity, but not in like ducked into like the passages like behind his section, maybe, because I doubt that I can just straight up Wi-Fi hack him from sitting outside. But I need to probably go dig into like the back comm panels and pull out like some wires and connect up into this network and hack from there. Because I
Mhm.
plan to steal all of his shit, and it requires probably a hard line. I want to know all the information he's got
Yeah.
on this entire thing. And if you have him in a meeting room, that means he's not sitting at his computer noticing I'm hacking his computer.
Do I know if he's got me in a meeting room rather than his office?
I don't know.
Your previous meeting was in like a conference room. It wasn't a very large
Okay.
conference room, but it was, reasonably sized. Probably, let's say the size of the average living room.
Okay.
Could
Okay.
accommodate several people, but not like you're not going to get more than like 10 people in there comfortably.
No. But it wasn't next to his personal computer.
It was, as best as you would know, it was maybe down the hall and maybe up or down a single level from what might have been his office. Because again, I mean,
Okay.
he's working on a ship, but this is a fairly well appointed ship.
Yeah.
So probably
Hmm.
down a level and, a few yards down the hallway from where
You
his
know,
office is.
he wanted to make this meeting take longer. You can invite a bunch of the NPCs on the ship because they have opinions.
Jesus, man, don't make me play more than two NPCs at once. You know what that does to me.
Well, no, like
And
if Matt goes and then he takes Mr. ICC person because he figured
mhm.
he'd like to come
Oh,
talk to him for the first time, and then it like Miss Security Chief or something.
It's
oh
all on
yes.
Lauren who he brings with.
Yeah,
Tan is
and
such a great choice.
I don't know. Take Tam
Oh,
and one of your two security people, and
yeah.
then I can borrow Pike for getting
Okay,
into
so
maintenance tunnels and then hacking all of their shit.
would you rather a Pike or an Alita?
I don't know. Alita can pretend to be a cop, so either or would work.
I mean,
Alita
she
seems
is a
to have
cop.
that push. Yeah.
She doesn't have to pretend to be a cop. She is
She
a
is a
cop.
cop.
Yeah.
She can flash her
So
own badge, not even a fake one.
yeah, she can flash a badge, get me into the maintenance tunnel, and then I can just sit in there and hack all of his information as you and Tam and I don't know, maybe a third person. Honestly, if you bring two people with you, that encourages them to put you in a conference room and not in his office.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like if you bring Tan and Lakota, they'll talk. They'll have
Yeah.
questions. Though Tam will want to talk about coordinating something or another, and Lakota will
Yeah.
want to ask questions about like what she can and can't make people do on the ship and yada yada yada. Those two will make it take longer.
And
Sure.
Matt, is just too curious about what the involvement is to let this die. So,
Do we
yeah,
want
okay.
to invite Pike in just so he can know what we're planning?
Yes. And then I'll have to run it by Alita.
Mm-hmm. So we could
Because
call for them
yeah.
as we're sitting in the captain's office.
Mike, are you on the ship at
Alita.
this moment?
Yeah, I mean, we just arrived. They're talking about what they're doing when they get off the ship, so I'm probably still in the cargo bay. I'll walk
Okay.
up to the captain's office when
Yeah,
someone.
you could tell it from the cargo bay, looking out into like the other side of the docking collar. Like there is a lot. Like you're looking at this shit and you're going, I don't think all that's gonna fit. And then you get the call from the captain or
It's not
Octavian.
even like, oh man, this is gonna take up so much space. It's just, where the fuck am I gonna work out?
Exactly. That's yeah. It's not a question of like how much room is going to be needed or how much is going to be taken up. You're just like, I'm not going to be able to work out in here, am I? Like not even a little bit. And
Yeah,
then here comes the call from whoever saying, "Hey, come up here and talk to us."
yeah. I'll do a single knock on the captain's door.
Come in.
I like to imagine the door was already open. He just pops in and knocks on it once.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I'm in.
typically
Alita
what we do.
probably walks up right behind him because we called for him at the
Looks
same
a little
time.
bit, yeah, looks a little bit at the whole crew and goes, okay, every time everyone here is here, something bad is about to happen.
I'm assuming this is Alita saying this, yeah?
Yes.
Why? And I
Yes.
feel like she's definitely doing the Harry Potter meme. Why is it when something goes on, it's one of the three of you?
And it's
So,
now the three of you.
Alita, I need you to help me break into some maintenance tunnels on the Ilyana so I can go hack some shit.
This is about Wailing Yutani, isn't it?
Well, no shit, lady. Of course it is.
Is your
Uh,
captain's
Don't
office
you want
door
all of his
open?
files too?
no, it's
I
closed.
do.
Okay.
What was that? Sorry?
Don't you want all of his files? Because I plan to steal them.
I don't want his files, but
Think
Matt,
about all
what
the
do you,
information you could get out of them.
I guess. Is everyone on board with this?
Yeah, I want to know if Wayland Yutani's fucking around with those monsters. And if they are, we need to know. And if they're not, then we know and we don't have to be, we can lower our level of suspicion to normal for corpos.
Hmm. You know, this comes with a lot of risk.
Yeah. You probably know better than anybody,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Officer.
Okay. And then you guys probably just run her down on the plan, I guess.
Yeah. Matt walks in with Cham and Lakota and, spend some nice time in a conference room. You and I walk into a maintenance area nearby. I go pull some wires out of the wall, hack in. Nothing
Hmm.
crazy.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
need
just
note
running crowd
notebooks.
control.
Yeah.
Pike,
Need
what are
somebody
you
to cover
doing?
in case I have to pop a door open.
Well, considering that I'm a gigantic "Hey, look at me" sign, I probably should be away from where you guys are.
Exactly. But it should be in the know, so.
You know,
And I'm
that's a
not
good
going
idea.
and I'm not going to go to a meeting with Gaius, so I can go check out the regular crew population and see if there's see how things are fracturing, see if loyalty is falling apart.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna have to pick a side, it'd be nice to know if it's going to explode.
Oh, you could
And
always take
then
Nina with you. She always got a mouth at her and you can cause a little bit of an issue if you need one.
If
that's
if
not a
things go
bad
bad,
idea.
if things go bad enough that I need an issue to be caused, then things are bad enough that I'm probably grabbing a pipe and beating people. Is Nina good at that?
Have you seen the abuse that coffee machine has gone through?
Well, sure, but it's a coffee machine, not a person.
I don't know. Omar,
Yeah.
does Nina think that it's as easy to beat on a person as it is to beat on a coffee machine?
See, when you ask it like that, that means I have to look at the character sheet. So give me just a second to actually do that. And let's see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think if you push her hard enough, which wouldn't be, you wouldn't have to push her very hard, but you'd have to push her a little bit. But yeah, she would have no problem beating somebody with a pipe wrench.
Well, she does seem to have a mouth, and between my size and her mouth, that people will be paying attention to our crew down there instead of anywhere else.
Great. Distraction. Number 2. Because I'm calling that distraction number 1.
Yeah, I get that. I'm the fancy, flashy distraction, while you guys are the "Oh, what the hell's going on over there" distraction, while Alita somehow outranks me again.
I guess what? Keep eyes on me, and you want to keep a meeting going for a long time, and then at some point it ends, and hopefully we have everything that we wanted.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's the whole plan.
He just shrugs. That's what you want. It's what I'll do.
And I mean, once we're done hacking, we can go shopping.
Yeah, hopefully we fit in with
Just
the
to
crowd.
put our face
Well,
on the ship somewhere, you know.
you can't shop for much that doesn't fit in your own locker. A cargo bay is being filled with a planet worth of shit.
Mm,
Planet worth of shit.
that's
Colony
true.
supplies, like more than last time, a lot of colony supplies.
Oh. Am I able to check my PDAT and see if there's any kind of manifest or something that's being put on?
Absolutely. You don't need to roll for it. Well, I don't have any details ready for you. What you do
Yet.
see
Okay.
is a manifest reminiscent of the last time you were here, where they were loading up a bunch of colonial stuff. It
Mhm.
looks like if you didn't know any better without having talked to Gaius yet, they're going to do the same thing again. On your next run, you're going to set up a colony somewhere else.
Okay.
Actually, let me check my notes really quick. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. I want this one. Oh, okay. Um, it you're being loaded up with a lot of stuff to be used for this colony that you're about to
Mhm.
go establish. So, whatever I like, you're getting a lot of prefab housing and other types of buildings, prefab command center, that sort of stuff. You are one thing that stands out that you don't remember seeing last time is I don't know what the right term would be, but it's basically I want you to imagine some sort of beacon kit that you would set this kit up on the ground and one of those gigantic atmosphere processing towers that are mounted to the side of the Ilyana would use that beacon to come down.
Okay. Landing
But
beacon of some sort.
yeah, so whatever you want to call that special beacon, you definitely have one of those loaded on your ship, and it's probably the size of a metric ton.
It's probably its own vehicle.
It probably, yeah, on vehicle or massive deployable sort of thing
Yeah,
that
so
would.
like an infrared telemetric system landing field generator.
Yes. Yeah. And it's definitely, yeah, and you also would recognize it as a one-time use only. It's not like you could deploy it and then pack it up and deploy it again. So
Since
this is
something lands on it.
yeah, well, yeah, and that's part of the reason. It's meant to have something land on it, so you're not going to be able to pull it back out. It's not like you can get six
Yeah.
guys, get one corner of it lifted up, and pull the thing out from under it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're definitely getting loaded up with a bunch of what looks like go establish a colony somewhere types of things. Your habitation deck, where all the not deck, but the hab room where your cryopods are being refitted again with yet another one of those where they just stack. Like they have like one central spoke, one layer of cryo tanks, and then another layer of cryo tanks just high enough up off the first one that the ones on the bottom can open up. And then there's like maybe 2 inches of clearance, and then there's another layer. And you've got like stacks of these like 3 high or 3 deep or whatever you want to call it. They're mounting those in your ship or they're getting ready to mount them. Like Pike's seen these sitting outside. And they're on like APU auxiliary power units that are basically being towed around on like what's that? What's a like a forklift, but you push it
Ollie?
Jack.
Yeah, like a load jack sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so this thing is like these tanks or these cryopods have people in them right now, and they're being powered by this portable power system that's being pushed around by basically a power loader.
Just a guy.
Just a guy in a big yellow mech suit pushing this thing around that has power and cables running off of it to the cryo tanks.
That's scary.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So yeah, you're definitely getting set up to go set up another colony again.
But at a bigger scale or something.
This one
Yep.
looks different, especially
Mhm.
because of that beacon.
Okay.
And you know that on the Ilyana was it 3 or 4 of those giant atmosphere towers.
Yeah.
So this looks like it is a big deal in capital letters.
Hmm. I will come back to that detail in a minute.
Hmm?
All right. So I report that, yeah, it seems like we're probably going to be landing another colony soon. So that's probably why we have so much crap coming in. But other than that, we seem like we have a pretty decent plan. I wonder if those atmospheric processors are connected to the Ilyana directly, or are they just like inactive, inert?
I think that's what it is. Like they're inactive, inert, whatever, and they're
They're
just
they're
mounted on.
mounted. Yeah, they're mounted to it, but they don't do anything right now.
Yeah, they're mounted
I would
on like
imagine they wouldn't do
specific.
anything.
Yeah, they're like mounted on like you know the separators. I forget what they're called, but booster separators that
The
kick the
scaffolding?
rockets off like this as the ship continues during launch. I feel like that's
Oh,
that
yeah.
sort of it. Like they have that a similar sort of separation or rails that those cooling towers are on, and then once it's ready to deploy, they just point the ship in the right direction and cut loose with one set of boosters, and then maybe some sort of like trajectory adjusters to push the thing down to the planet. Like basically, they let gravity capture it, and then they use
Mhm.
smaller boosters to adjust its trajectory on the way down, and they use that beacon on the ground to help guide it, similar to like laser guided weaponry.
Yeah. The big complicated word that I said a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. The independent self-landing, non-retractable, recoverable,
Yeah.
instantly deployable landing field. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So we have a plan. I think that plan is going to take more than half an hour.
Yeah, I was just looking at the time, thinking I might have to take some notes here to make sure I have enough to work with for the next session. So let's review. So I know where I'm at. Give me a second. Let's put this in right here.
Just make a note in case it matters that I've continued my friendly relationship with Dudge.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. So for episode 18, one is Warren, and who else is meeting with
Got
Gaius?
it for you.
Give me 1 second. Meeting with Gaius. We have Warren. Who else is at now? I want to be clear. Who is actually going to go sit with Gaius? Warren has to. Who else is actually going into that meeting with him? NPCs and PCs.
Dan and Lakota.
Yeah.
Tam and Lakota. Okay.
We have a mechanic too. Oh no, not a mechanic. We have a
You have-
prospector, right?
You have you have a
Emily.
prospector.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Emily Quintana.
Emily Quintana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she going in there?
I can ask her if she wants to say anything.
I think what you would
To
get
our
from
director.
her is
Like I feel like this wouldn't be difficult for Matt to figure out, right? Like Emily and Tan are like naturally going to be opposed to each other in some way.
Oh,
So
they
if
can
you
argue.
if you want to spark an argument, you can. Otherwise, you might get one that you didn't want, and you'll have to try to find a way to deal with it while looking good or bad in front of Gaius.
you could also get
Um,
Hamida, Three Worlds Empire, and Lakota are New
Also,
Albion Protectorate,
diametric.
and you could maybe spark something between the two of them, but that could easily get volatile quickly if you're not careful. That's one of
Because
those
one of
things
them
like
has
you
a
have to
gun.
monitor the heat on that flame the whole time, or you're gonna burn your steak.
you see, Lakota in particular has some sort of
Militant.
impending issue with a number of people on the crew.
Mhm.
She has no beef with Tan though, and
That
she
one's
also
true.
really likes to talk, and she likes to ask for lots of shit. So
All
that's
I'm
where I was
hearing is
like,
that you guys think I like to talk. That's what I'm hearing.
so that's where I was like, if you put Tan in, Tan has
Yeah.
plenty of shit that because he's so bureaucratic, he's got plenty of bureaucracy stuff to talk to Gaius about. And
Yeah.
Lakota's got lots and lots of opinions to share with Gaius. And it
Mhm.
won't be in a way where you can't control the conversation anymore. You can't end it or be like, well, that's something we're working on. Like you could do that with the two of them. But I feel like if you bring anybody else with Lakota, you're looking at a potential argument that could spiral out of your control.
Yeah, see, Lakota is volatile. Hamida is sort of better. Ten and Emily can argue. I don't want to have two separate arguments here because then it just
Because you know
becomes
that's exactly what I would do to you.
yeah. I do want one argument though, and I think the 10 Emily angle is probably the better one. Um, and as far as the third
Anne and
goes,
Emily have less dirt on us.
they do.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
They would be at
that'd be a
least knowing.
that'd be a really easy argument to start too. Like you just bring up some sort of innocuous question about salvage rights and
Yeah,
just
don't
watch
worry
the
about
two of them
salvage rights. Let me
disagree
worry
and then
about blank.
argue.
That's a good one. Because if you bring up salvage rights, for instance, what will probably happen is Tan is going to want to go strictly by the book and make sure
Mhm.
everything gets properly quarantined and reported.
Mhm.
Emily, who is out there for the big score, is going to want to cut all the corners as possible, make it as quick as possible, so she can get that big buck turnaround.
Mhm.
So that is a
It's the
potential argument that you could
oh,
try to spawn
you
right
got
there
the
in front of
perfect,
Gaius.
you got the perfect topic too, right? We have that ship salvage that we have. So you could bring up a question about how do we how do we make the sale of that salvage to the fleet since those ship components would be useful? And immediately
Oh,
the
you're talking
both
about
of them
the
are
crash ship that the
we
fucking
made
God
yeah,
damn
we made the deal where they could take everything off the ship, but the ship was ours.
Yeah.
Not knowing that I'd already stolen everything on the ship.
it.
So you could bring up the question of like, what do we got to do to get that transported to the fleet so we can sell it to the fleet for parts because we're out here. It's going to be useful for everybody.
What
Emily's
planet
going
was
to meet.
that?
I don't remember,
The
but
last planet you
Last
were
mission.
on was
Last planet.
I'm sorry?
Last planet. Okay.
The last planet you were on. That was hang
no,
on, I'm pulling it up now.
no. It was the
Weekday?
planet. It was the planet where we had the people
Dylan
who lived in
Colony.
the
Oh,
Dylan.
yeah, the people who lived in the northern
I had to
hemisphere,
go
and the
back
people
in
who
my
lived in the
notes.
southern hemisphere.
I forgot about that mission.
Hmm.
The one
And
that
the
was
ship was in the
almost
hurricane
intentionally set
belt.
up as the Pike murder spree that didn't become murder spree.
Well,
Oh, are
it
we
did.
talking
It just
about?
took longer.
It was a murder spree with extra steps.
It was a murder spree with extra steps. But if you just bring up the question of what are we supposed to do to secure it for transport, get it here, sell it to the fleet, so the fleet as a whole has those ship components. Emily's going to be like, well, that's real easy. If we do this, this, and this, and Tan's going to immediately get into a whole quarantine and regulations and that, and you can start an argument there.
Emily's gonna be like, we could do it and have it done in 3 weeks, and
Oh.
Tan's like, the quarantine alone is 6 weeks.
It's the perfect topic. It's not any dirt on anything going on the crew. It has nothing to do with any of our suspicions. You're not asking pointed questions.
Or the
You're just
weapons you already
asking
stole off that ship.
You're just asking
Yeah.
for this big ticket salvage item. How are you supposed to get us paid for it? And watch them disagree in front of Gaius and just stoke that flame.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
And then
you could
control
just,
it.
Exactly. And that one I think is easier for you to control because you have a say in that.
Yeah.
And it's
Not
an
only that,
argument,
but
it's a professional argument, not just a personal one.
Yeah.
yeah, and I do have my command that I can like pull out as a trump card of like hopefully I can roll enough dice to just be like, guys, don't worry about salvage rights. Let me worry about blank.
To end the argument right when you need it to. Okay, so I have meeting with Gaius. This is going to be Warren, Tan, Lakota, and Emily. And then we have hacking Gaius. Oops, I cannot spell. That is obviously going to be Octavia. And you wanted Alita to go with as
Alita's
extra
there to try
way
to
to
help
get in.
make sure, to help get in, or if you guys get caught, be a way to be like, but I'm a cop, like try to do whatever to try to keep it alive until she can get out. She's the backup.
Okay.
This is her Matt moment.
Go ahead.
This is her Matt moment of like trying to like make it up to the team and be like, I'm a team player.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Now, when you go to hack Gaius's shit, are you going to do it from a nearby location, or are you going to go in the office? Because this is going to be a conference
The
room.
maintenance tunnels, bro.
Okay. maintenance tunnels.
I'm gonna go walk through his walls.
Okay. And then I believe the other group or another
and Mina.
group is the Gen Pop group.
Yeah, Pike and Mina are gonna go explore the regular crew and see what the international tensions are. And let's be real, it's Pike and Mina. We're probably gonna get up to some shit.
Well, either they'll get up to some shit arguing about Octavia, or they'll get up to some shit together about pranking other people.
I
Hmm.
like the idea that like something stupid might happen while we're both there and we bond over being trolls.
I have an idea.
Yep.
I have an idea. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I have an idea.
I'm excited. Because like really, Pike doesn't have a problem with Mina. He just doesn't really know how to talk to her. And really, like, Mina's a prankster, right? And so is Pike. He just hasn't had a way to really express it in the way that he understands. They have that
Okay.
in common. I think they'd
Is there
make
anything else?
horrifying friends.
Is there any other shenanigans to be launched in the next episode?
I mean, I'm
Besides
sure
the
there will
No,
be.
shenanigans
that
I come
covers
up
all
with.
the characters.
Mhm.
All right. It's a little early, but considering the next step is going to be somewhat time, I'm not sensitive, but you get the idea. Time intensive.
Intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
and,
do experience
and I-
points.
and I do just want to make sure to reiterate,
Uh-huh.
Pike is it had another off screen, didn't need to do it, like positive conversation with Dudge.
I think we can. You know what? I have an idea for that too.
Yeah, Pike is gonna
Pike-
have to make
Pike
sure to take his
believes-
shirt off in front of Nina.
Oh, Pike didn't take his shirt off this episode.
No, you know what? When he was oh god.
He was
Telling-
shirtless while he was working out.
No, yeah, but he had his shirt on by the time you guys had your sit down, and I had to watch her die moment, and then the meeting with
Yeah,
Hamida.
I think you need to pull a shirtless moment in front of Nina, and then Nina catcalls you, and it's going to be hilarious.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh my god, did I just set my sister up with my former CO?
Yeah, you did.
That would be
Good job.
amazing.
That
would
good
be-
job. And now,
would be so
that just gives me
funny.
another female to throw at Pike, which makes me sound like a pimp and really male chauvinistic, but
It is funny.
it is funny.
You know, if Mina decided that she did want to go for that, I'm sure Hamida would be like, please. Like, this dude is obviously confused. If you go for this and he takes it, he'll leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, let's talk experience. Obviously, you got one for participating. Did anybody
Yay,
risk or
I was here.
sacrifice? Did anybody risk or sacrifice anything for your personal agenda? I don't think we necessarily did. This may be a low XP mission or session.
I risked.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
you
I
did.
offended my brother.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Pike
I
absolutely
definitely
risked
took some
something.
risks for my agenda for sure.
Yeah, you almost revealed your agenda. In fact,
Well,
in character.
he almost he basically like he told Hamida what his agenda was.
Yeah.
Amita knows what the agenda is, not because she knows what the agenda is, but because she knows where the agenda isn't.
Yeah. The missile knows where it is because it knows where it's not.
He framed this whole like here's this entire
Yep.
personal struggle and exactly why I'm here, and I'm not
Mhm.
saying it in as many words, but but she now knows that
Amina knows how to read between the lines better than Pike can write the lines.
yeah, he flat out told her and risked like a huge fucking problem on the ship, especially
Yeah.
with she's the head of security.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because she could legitimately be like, "Hey, Captain Warren, we need this guy sequestered and confined to quarters for his own safety. Take his shoelaces, take his belt, take anything that he can hurt himself with. No pens. He gets crayons. He can't hurt himself with a crayon."
Edible crayons, maybe.
yeah, I
As
was
long
just
as-
thinking like there's just like hearing him howl from the cell that he's in. These are the wrong flavors.
I like the green ones.
Where's purple?
You can't see purple. Come on,
Mm.
make the
He's not-
connection.
He's not cool enough to be an orc.
He's certainly big enough.
I mean, the orcs might like him, but he's not cool enough to be an orc.
No, this is true. Okay. So yeah, Pike definitely risked something. Octavia, I'll give you one for that risk sacrifice because you were towing the line. You just didn't cross it like Pike did with your brother and whatnot.
Yeah, I very nearly like damaged our relationship depending on how I handled that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I definitely was trying to push you to do something, not specifically damaging a relationship or whatever, but definitely to push the Octavia to do something there. Warren, I don't remember your agenda, but I don't think you risked or sacrificed anything for yours, regardless.
No, if anything, I did the opposite.
You tried to secure things for your agenda. I don't believe we had anybody really risking their lives. Did anybody stand up to their rivals? I don't remember whose rivals are whose at this point.
I do not have one.
Oh,
Matt is still my rival.
And Octavia's still Matt's rival.
and you guys didn't really do anything to each other. So.
We yell at each other and then roll at each other, whether or not by command.
Oh no, you did stand up to each other in the beginning. You death stared each other.
Yeah, I think they both get that.
Yeah,
one,
you get a
they
point
both
for that.
push that roll and everything.
Yeah, you get a point for that. Octavia made a panic roll. I think Warren made a panic roll.
Warren did too. Yep.
I think that was it.
I don't think I made any rolls.
You did one.
No, you did. I told you to make a wits roll or some shit, didn't I?
You did it on your own.
I mean, I rolled a D2, but
that was
yeah.
That
was the only roll.
We didn't have any dangerous.
Warren,
Sorry,
you made Warren roll that wits roll.
Oh, it was Warren. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily have any dangerous events. I realize a couple of moments were certainly emotional, but I wouldn't call them dangerous.
I mean,
emotional screwdriver.
Not especially dangerous. Not any more dangerous.
Emotional screwdriver support system.
Now I feel like if Hamida was a player character, she would have gotten the point for all the shit she was doing with Pike.
Yes, she definitely would have gotten something.
That was a dangerous situation.
Well, there was definitely danger, rival, and or agenda somewhere in there. She would have gotten at least one fucking point, probably two. Any significant discoveries or revelations? I will hear your arguments.
I mean, Luke officially shared that information, but I don't remember if we already got an XP for that.
We didn't. We purposely delayed it because we wanted to game that.
Yeah. So, Alita, Octavia, and Pike, you get a point for that revelation that Gaius is the mouthpiece for some sort of Wei-Yu plan or something like that. Wei-Yu is up to their shit, up to their same old shit. Hamida would have gotten a point for the whole Karen Eckhart life and fall of.
Yeah.
Any extraordinary action? You know what? I'm gonna give all of you another point for this one because of the emotional depth here tonight. Again, I realizing, of course, this was a continuation from the last episode that I may or may not have given you that extraordinary action XP because of the emotional depth.
We were extraordinarily dramatic.
Yes, it was really good too. So let's not be foolish here. Like it was definitely deserved. So. With that is it for XP, because you have not yet turned in your mission debriefing, which is what will be considered payment for your missions. So, let's go around the horn and talk about feedback and outro stuff. We'll start with Kane, the person I hate the most. Because I just realized I haven't talked any shit to Kane tonight. I have to, otherwise he thinks I hate him. So I hate him.
I didn't... There were a few opportunities to really fuck with you with Pike this session, and I kept trying to angle towards some of them, and then I just wasn't able to pull them off. So my only regret this session was I wasn't as Chaos Gremlin Disruptor as I could have been.
Well, it's hard to be Chaos Gremlin for yourself when your character is kind of confined based on what kind of character they are, right? Like, there's you, the player, and then there's your character, who, at least in theory, ought to be two separate personalities, and you do a very good job of maintaining that. Your gremlinness, unfortunately, doesn't always translate into Pike's gremlinness, because in this episode, again, he's in this emotional tunnel that he's having a hard time getting out of.
Yeah, but I am setting things up with a few of the NPCs where I have a feeling that Pike is gonna pike really hard and fuck things up real bad and make you go, well, shit, what am I supposed to do? And that is my goal.
I know. I know. There's always one at every table. Sometimes everyone at every table.
Mm.
You got anything else, or shall we move on?
Yeah, I want to keep my plans to myself.
That's fair. Luke, what kind of feedback, outro comments you got for us?
I think the next session might actually be quite exciting. Hopefully we have somewhat of a plan working for us. This session, I'm going to be honest, it's a little harsh.
There was a
Uh,
lot of weight in this one being moved around.
yeah, and not just harsh, but like I'm out of practice or something. I needed so much refresher as to what the hell we were doing.
Well, like I said, it was literally 48 days
48
according to
days,
Boundaries,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it happens. And like we're at the very tail end, or the tail end of the holidays, beginning of the new year. This is a rough time when you're coming off of one thing and going back. Like everybody went back to work, everybody went back to school. That's pretty much where
Yeah.
everybody's at right now. And if you're not there, it's
Yeah.
coming.
Not
I was
me.
just gonna say, if you're not there now, you will be soon, very, very soon. Typically,
Mhm.
anyway.
Mhm.
So, like, this is
Unlike
this is one of
unlike
those weird.
Omar,
What's
some of
that?
us don't have unlike Omar, some of us don't have to be slaves to earn a living.
Wow, it hurts because it's true.
It is. Every time you describe your workplace, I'm like, this is some like 19th century England shit right here.
But yeah, no, this is I've joked about this a few times. The week between Christmas and New Year's is such a nebulous, vague time frame, and we are on the other side of that. We're in between the beginning of the new year, return to work, school, return to normal rhythms and whatnot. Like that, we still haven't quite got that new rhythm yet.
Yeah.
So it's a weird feeling right now. And then on top of it, we're trying to get back into something. Part of that getting back to regularity is coming back to the stream. That's one reason why I asked yesterday, are we good to start again tonight? Because if we needed another week to just get readjusted, that would have been totally fine. I might have needed it. I know there was a couple of times tonight where I was kind of floundering a little bit more than I normally flounder, because I think I flounder every night anyway. But that's just because I overthink and I have many things moving around in my head at one time.
Mhm.
But yeah, don't worry about it. We were all good. We're a little rough. We're gonna get back into it, and we had some really good
Yeah.
content regardless. So
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, I started my new program again today for school, and that was just a whole brain mess right there because
yeah,
we had to sign a bunch of papers and stuff, and
and
then I'm
then
like, okay, but at the same time, if we didn't jump into it, we would have been as rusty next week.
yeah,
Yeah,
we might have been better prepared, but we still would have had
maybe.
the rust to get
That's
knocked
really doubtable.
off.
You would have still cracked your notes open an hour before the session, whether it was this hour or next week's
I
hour.
would know what would have happened was I would have looked at them yesterday, which was the plan. I looked at them yesterday, went through them all, and I'm like, yeah, I think I can make that work. And then next week I'd be like, I need to look at those notes again.
Yeah.
And then right before the session actually starts, before I start sending out invites, I quickly skim everything again and just be like, okay, all right, what the fuck was I thinking when I wrote this? Okay, fuck it, we got it, I got it. All right, let's go, let's get the guys in here. Rodance, what do you have for us?
I'm giggling that I may have just accidentally set my sister up with Pike.
That is going to be amusing. I should have made a note of that. Did I not make a note of that?
That would be amazing in the worst ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen, you think you guys get to fuck with me? You know I get to fuck with you right back, right?
That'd be a really
Speaking
It
of,
would be a power
awful
couple
turn of
of
phrase.
pranksters.
It's like we mentioned earlier that Pike made the effort to try to talk to the two of them to be like, let's bond over our common Octavia here. That'd be really bringing the families together real fucking literally.
I
I
had a
think it
thought.
should happen because it would be hilarious that the two pranksters and the two people with tempers are a couple. And I'd want to see who pops off harder.
I had another thought regarding somebody else's previous romantic love interest from the last season, but I don't remember if he survived or not. I think he
I
did
think
die.
he did.
I think he died. Did he die? Tom
Where-
Stevenson?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
did.
I think he did.
Yeah. So, but I mean, as any good storyteller can tell you, you should always give yourself the opportunity to bring somebody back. I mean, he
God.
might
was
come back
really
as the
hoping-
alien
We
version of a
discover-
dreadnought, but you know.
You know what? You know
we
what I was
discovered that
pulling
Tom
for?
Stevenson is actually a high quality synthetic humanoid and not actually a person.
Oh, he's a
no,
bishop.
that'd be
He's a
so
bishop
worse.
model.
That'd be so much worse. But what I was thinking would be like really like holy shit, what to do would be like if Octavia transitions from this manic depressive role, and the role instead changes to she functions all the time, but she starts seeing him.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Her coping strategy is hallucinating that person
That's
and
an option.
try to like argue through all the betrayal and everything in a hallway, and we're all just like, the fuck are you yelling at right now?
Who's she talking to?
Honestly, the person she'd be talking to is our medic who we shot.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome. That'd be
Winston
She'd be
awesome.
in
talking to
there.
Winston.
Oh man.
I can bring
would
back
be-
Winston.
Yeah, how would you feel about role playing? A figment of her imagination.
I
I'm
just
down.
wanted. I think it would be really interesting.
I think
No,
that
Luke
I think
would
the
have to
best
play
part
him.
about that is I would be playing Winston as I remember
No,
him.
no, no. Luke would have to play him.
No, I think it. Well, I'm
Mm.
not gonna say no, but I want to consider.
I think you can take over if you need it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, right? So
Okay.
every person perceives every other person differently than
Mhm,
what
mhm.
even. So I perceive Kane a certain way, but Kane is not necessarily that specific way. That's just how I perceive him. So in that same idea, Octavia remembers Winston a certain way. I play him the way I think he would be played, not the way you would play him,
Mm.
because this is how she remembers him.
How does she remember him?
I have no idea.
Keep in mind, she got shot trying to save him, and then Pike shot him a second time and killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's probably like, "I'm so sorry. Our big muscle dad shot you twice. I tried to save you, man.
Muscle daddy.
Yeah.
I don't know
shot
where
you
I
twice?
don't know where that came from. I don't know."
You said that came out of your mouth, man.
There are less weird ways for you to hit on me, all right?
Yeah. I think if
Anyway.
she's gonna hallucinate somebody, it probably would be Winston.
That would be interesting. Would be
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, because a lot more drama was involved with that one,
Yeah, and I think
and
it'd
that's around when this whole thing kind of started too, eh?
Yeah, that was when her trauma
I
started.
think that would be a really cool transition where she doesn't that role for her instead of it being her manic depressive.
That gives
her
me a great
coping,
idea, actually.
Like it devolves further into if she fails the role, Winston's there for the day, just hanging around
And,
with her
like-
all day.
And like, yeah.
That'd be wild. Octavia's further descent into madness. I know you want one.
Yeah. I mean, her going certifiably insane is the way to go because it would be hilarious to watch.
I have
The drama.
entered a note into my notes for next week. We'll see how this plays out. All right, let's get out of here. That is it for us here tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for showing up. Hope you enjoyed the show. We certainly did. And as always, it's been a great time putting all this together, even though sometimes it stresses me out, but I enjoy it nonetheless. With that said, we are done. So let's get out of here. Stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. As for me and mine, we are out of here. See you next time. Have a good one.